trying again. All right, I guess we're back here. From under center, almost gets stripped. He's under pressure. He's scrambling. And I guess he got the pass off. I guess it's just me incomplete, not a sack. And that's going to bring up 4th down for Georgia. And looks like our streaming problems have returned. Oh well. Ain't gonna work. I'm just going to bring up the audio play-by-play because these buffering issues might be a problem for a while. So here is ESPN's coverage of the game. Yeah, the audio sounds okay if the stream can just stay up. That's all I'm trying to get it to do. I'm going to have to get my ISP out here. So we were on the Skycam, which is great because you can hear the crowd noise. All right, we're in a break right now. So everybody know we're in a commercial timeout.
No fees or minimums, and one of America's best savings rates. To top it off, you can open one from anywhere in 5 minutes. This isn't a typical bank. This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Test.
Meanwhile, in communist China, a baby goes unclothed. Camel toe. Oh, you come in now. Government only allow one baby. So we'll poison one with some American soft drinks. And get that kid a diaper before he goes to the bathroom on somebody. You buy #1 American White Devil soda.
But not for much longer.
Yeah, Frankie Chung has dishonored his ancestors making this. I choo-choo chang you.
Every time he was carried off the field.
On the way, my beer awaits. I got my visor with the beer opener on it.
Dos Equis, keep it interessante.
We are back.
Well, as we're going to break, the men and women in our truck showed you the shot of the punter, Jake Camarda, going down on a knee, and they did it for a reason. His knee was down, and while we were away in the replay booth, they took a look at it, and they are going to mark the ball all the way.
Wow, that's huge. I'm going to say the punter took a knee by accident there, and Texas is going to get the ball at a really good position here. That's insane.
expect Texas after that play to really take a shot right now, because now you've got an opportunity to really.
Yeah, I'm back, A-Bomb. I don't know how long.
On this Georgia team.
Normally, we're not having these issues. It's a problem with my internet service provider, Wow Internet. And if we get a stable connection, I'll take over the play-by-play duties. Georgia back on defense.
Trey Watson, the running back. Everything going Texas's way to start this game. Halfway through the quarter. And Sam Elligott's pass.
That might have been a deflection. Incomplete.
Part of that rotating defensive front. Sophomore from Decatur, Georgia.
Again, how will the Texas offensive line hold up against this Georgia defense so far?
Georgia still on defense, 2nd and 19. No, sorry, 2nd and 10 for Texas. In the shotgun. Handoff. Nowhere to go. Picks up a yard.
After a 2-yard gain.
Another nice play by Ledbetter.
Thanks for hanging in, everybody, through the tough start we've had to this game today. But we're doing our best to keep it going.
Big play right here for the Georgia defense after that turnaround. If they could get a stop here.
I want to thank A-Bomb for the help on the other end.
Andre Walker, their best player on the defensive line. Sack and tackles for loss leader, still on the sideline with a groin injury.
All right, let's fix some of that tweaking the audio there. Quarterback scrambles.
And gets wrestled down, just
picks up some yards there. It's going to be about three yards shy of a first down.
At the 20-yard line, and Tom
So with all these problems going on, it's a little hard for me to kind of keep up with the game.
Good job by the Georgia defense to rally after the snap. Caused the ball to be spotted at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, that was one of those freshmen that's going to rotate in there and rush the passer, Adam Anderson, number 56, who got there first and flushed Ellinger from the pocket.
Texas setting up for a field goal. It's going to be about a 40-yarder, I think. Looks good, straight, long enough. All right. Yeah, I shouldn't have to keep looking over there at the TV, but there's so much trouble getting this game on tonight that I'm not quite set up the way I normally am, but the show must go on.
We could go down this waterfall.
And I want to thank A-Bomb for handling the moderator duties tonight. He's also our producer, and they're going to go into a break. So let me just turn them down.
At Northwestern Mutual, this is what our version of financial planning looks like. Tomorrow's important, but she's only 7 months. Spend your life living. Find an advisor at Northwestern.
Yeah. Oh, am I playing myself over the air here? What am I doing? Man, this was going to be like some badass smooth broadcast tonight, and it all just fell apart on us. All right, we are in a commercial break. We're going to keep it right here, and some non-football related topics to talk about later are toilet seat covers, yay or nay. A lot of people have been asking me why I'm in such badass shape. We're going to talk about HGH boosters and more Walmart etiquette. I don't know where this audio, I hear some audio in my headphones of me like a minute ago. I'm not sure where that's coming from. Yeah, that's going to be distracting. I'm going to have to figure this shit out. Well, it's not our finest moment, but we are in a break, and the score is Texas Longhorns 10 and the Bulldogs 0. When you go to a public bathroom, here's our question of the day. When you go to a public bathroom, do you use the toilet seat covers if they're available, or do you like take tissue paper and put a layer of toilet paper around the bowl, or do you just say fuck it and just go at it? I mean, I've heard people say that you can get like crabs from public toilets, but I don't think that's true, actually. Not true. Yeah. So, what is the point of the the seat covers just so. I guess if there's any debris, you don't want to get anyone else's pubes on your butt or something like that. We are still in a break here. Georgia will be receiving the kickoff in a moment. Glad to have everybody aboard here as we do our best to bring you some exciting football. It's not been easy tonight. All right, I think I know where that audio is coming from. It's me watching this testing thing on my. Yeah, okay, so that'll be better soon. All right, I'm going to catch my breath and let ESPN take over some of the play-by-play here, and I think things will get better as we go along if we can keep broadcasting. But man, we're having some bandwidth issues tonight.
Before the game tonight, inducted as part of the second class of the Sugar Bowl Hall of Fame.
Okay, come on.
That kickoff goes out of bounds. Cameron Dicker.
Todd Blackledge, quarterback for Penn State, and the most valuable player.
Jerome Bettis next to you, Vince Dooley.
All right.
We could read your lips telling Jerome Bettis you're being booed, and you were because they're Georgia fans here.
Yeah, Vince Dooley down there in the pregame. Me and Avon met Vince Dooley one time.
And I was
I'll have
just
to tell that story later.
He booed Steve Spurrier more than me because he beat Georgia more than I did, so he got an even bigger boo. But such a great class. Very honored to be a part of it. And met a guy that I'd never met before.
Everyone can hear the game okay, I hope.
Was the first African American to play in a Sugar Bowl, the 1956 Sugar Bowl against Georgia Tech. Just a really neat guy.
It's a little reverbious.
Jerome Bettis, Bobby Lane, Darrell Royal, Deion Sanders, Steve Spurrier, Scott Werner, former Georgia Bulldog, also part of that class. Elijah Holyfield carries for Georgia. Joseph Osai, the stop. Here's Holly.
Well, we walked into the Georgia practice 2 days ago, and one of the men who referees for Georgia, the moment we walked in, said, "Oh no, Blackledge again in New Orleans." They sure remember how Todd ruined their season. He said, "You know, you're my favorite."
I got to put away some leftover spaghetti. I'll be right back.
As a college quarterback.
It's going to be 2nd and 5 for the Dogs here. Come on, Georgia.
It's hard to dislike you, Todd.
I got 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends.
2nd down and 5.
They're going to run for 3 yards in a cloud of dust. I'll be right back.
Evander Holyfield doesn't dislike you because that could be a problem. Great former heavyweight champion of the world is here tonight to cheer on his son Elijah, one of 12 of Evander Holyfield's children.
I think this is going to be a game that's going to shape up for Jake Fromm to really take some shots. I think Texas is really locked in to trying to get extra bodies around the running game of Georgia. I think he's going to have an opportunity to make some plays down the field.
Should point out Elijah Holyfield's mom, Tammy Petaway, here tonight as well. He's on the sideline now. DeAndre Swift, an excellent receiver at running back. Needs to do some work, and Amenahu won't let him work. Charles Amenahu said, "We want to be known as the Texas team that got the program back to where it should be, not just by making a New Year's Six game, but by winning it."
Watch Amenahu. He's going to go on an outside stunt and then read the play. He has a great feel for the play, peels off on the rush, as does Hager, and they stopped that play for nothing. This Texas defense so far very locked in.
There's Jake Camarda, and obviously the snap much better this time, but the kick is nowhere near as good. It's a shank.
See, that snap's still in his head. I mean, you know, kickers, they go up and down confidence-wise and mentally sometimes, and that kick right there was the result of what happened on his first punt attempt. He's still not over it.
He is a true freshman, and a little sales job for the coaching staff on the sideline with Camarda.
I'm a bunch of wind. And just like your stomach after that strip mall sushi, well, I'm a bit unpredictable. Let's redecorate. What's the matter, Tanya? I thought you loved being spontaneous. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, I might break your bank, too. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
On a Tense Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
the new neighbors, Sheriff. The referees.
Holy Tuscaloosa.
We don't need their whistles keeping us up at night.
Look, they're putting up replay cameras. I can't do it.
Who's making the calls here, Sheriff?
I'm out. Maybe we should give him a chance.
Hey, neighbor. Welcome to Fransville.
Offsides.
That was very neighborly.
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
The right tech can move you. The best tech can move the world. De-stress your drive with the all-new 2019 Nissan Altima. Impossibly smart.
I know that every single time that I suit up, there is a chance that that's the last time. $300 an hour, that's where I feel normal. I might be crazy, but I'm not stupid. Having an annuity tells me my retirement is protected.
Annuities can provide protected income for life. Learn more at retireyourrisk.org.
We'll tip off the new year with our first NBA Wednesday doubleheader. It comes your way tomorrow. Karl Anthony Towns and the Timberwolves in beautiful downtown Boston to take on Kyrie and the Celtics. That's at 8. And then the Lakers hosting Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and the Thunder at Staples Center. LeBron James hasn't played since Christmas with a strained groin. Coverage begins with NBA Countdown at 7 on ESPN and the app. A shank by Jake Camarda, an 11-yard punt. The one that got negated because of the knee down went 53 yards. And Texas already leading 10-0. Outgaining Georgia 81-6. Starts at midfield. Sam Ellinger in an early rhythm. Devin Duvernay with sprinter
almost the first down.
Tackled by Jawan Taylor.
What Ellinger is doing really well right now is he is setting protections. That was a max protection. They had a back and a tight end. He put him where he wanted. He set the protection, and then he had single coverage out here to throw. He's right now, they're asking him to do that a lot. Georgia's defense gives you a lot of looks. So far, he's seeing things well.
Deontay Ingram was the running back. It got swung wide to Lil Jordan Humphrey. And he got chopped down by J.R. Reed, the outstanding junior safety. There's Jordan Davis. We've mentioned DeAndre Walker trying to go tonight, the defensive end, but bothered by a groin. Jordan Davis not even dressed. He would be in the middle of that defensive line, a freshman out with a back problem, and that's a big loss. He really came on as the year progressed.
Yeah, began the year on the scout team and ended up being a starter and a key player in the middle of that defense.
Option look. It's pitched by Ellinger to Ingram. Very highly recruited freshman, Carthage, Texas. And a little annoyed as he remained tangled up with Eric Stokes and Tay Crowder.
This Texas football team, you would think they should be able to run the football better. Coming into the game 104th in college football, only 3.8 yards per carry, but they've got to run enough to keep a team like Georgia honest defensively.
Well, they're definitely a workmanlike offense. They have to sustain long drives. They don't have a play, and they're guilty of a false start penalty. Michael Mothershed of the Pac-12, the referee.
False start, number 47, offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
They don't have a 50-yard play from scrimmage, even in the passing game, at which they excel, but it's bit by bit. The only other team in the country in FBS this year that did not have at least one 50-yard play from scrimmage was Central Michigan.
Second down.
Georgia, by contrast, has 14 plays of 50 plus.
Very explosive Georgia offense this year, coming into the game averaging 7.
All right, a couple breaks or so. I'm going to take over play-by-play duties.
One of the best, or the top 5 in the country in that category.
Out of the pistol.
Fumble.
Misconnected.
He falls on his own fumble there.
Loss of about a half yard. They're probably not in field goal
just
range right now.
down a bunch of spaghetti.
52. It's close.
It's kind of a read play, and I think Sam just kind of hesitated a little bit too much with the ball in the belly of the back, and as he tried to pull it out late, dropped the football smartly, though. Falls on it to avoid a bigger mistake.
Welcome everyone aboard. Make sure you give us a shout out. Let us know where you're at in the chat
His
box.
replacement, Brent Cox, right here, number 1, is a true freshman.
Right out of the shotgun.
But a young player.
You need about 10 yards for a first down. It's 3rd and 12. Pass incomplete. Little tip drill action. That's going to bring out 4th and long and probably the punt team.
The son of the great All-American defensive back Johnny Johnson in Texas in the 70s.
Watch Brent Cox. We just talked about him. His pressure working on Cosme, the right tackle, is what caused the throw to sail a little bit on sand. Ball was high, but it was because of the pressure put on by Brenton Cox. We'll see Brenton Cox. We'll see Robert Beal. We'll see Aziz Ojulari. 3 real young.
Now, when we go to commercial next time, I'm going to play a break, and then we're going to try to make some changes and take over the play-by-play.
Absolutely, the big improvement in the last couple of years.
And A-Bomb, we do have a few new surprises set up in OBS. You were looking pretty fancy today with your transitions there. Always raising the bar, so I'm going to try to see your bar raise.
Tom Herman takes the delay, give a little more room to the punter.
Getting ready, waiting on a punt here. 4th down for Texas Longhorns.
Michael Dixon, who was their great punter the last couple of years.
Our punter, wow, did not look so sharp out of the gate there. He had some trouble.
In the 5th round by Seattle. Michael Dixon going to Pro Bowl.
He actually, when he went to punt, our guy, a couple series ago, he took a knee. He had to reach down so low to get the punt from the snapper that he took a knee with the ball and was down right there. That was crazy. I've never seen that before. All right, there is the kick from Texas.
Good job by Buchevsky.
Fair catch at the 10.
At the 10, here's Holly Rowe.
Well, we told you who Georgia is playing.
Go to the sideline
tonight,
reporter Holly here, see what she's got to say.
Year in the Big 12, Caden Stearns, their good safety. He injured his right
we got
knee
11
in the Big 12
folks in the
game.
house.
Tom Herman described
Glad to
it
have
as
you
a bone
aboard.
bruise. He thought he would be
Normally this broadcast runs pretty smooth, so I can safely recommend liking and subscribing to this channel.
Number 25, the freshman, and Josh Thompson, the sophomore.
And if things stay smooth enough a little longer, maybe we'll be able to take some phone calls from A-Bomb.
Texas defense this year in the back end.
That's a shame. When we spoke with Coach Herman, Todd Orlando, the defensive coordinator, yesterday, I got the impression they thought he would.
We were buffering a little bit there. All right, Georgia's got it. 1st and 10. He throws it. Oh, he should have had that dropped. Would have been a first down. We dropped that.
When you talk about a team's mental state, their mental readiness.
Our confidence is not so great tonight. Georgia's confidence is a little low. I think, as soon as we get our mojo going again, we're a little rusty. We should have been in that game against Clemson.
Those kind of the things that you look
these dogs will get their heads right and get this game going.
Focused on this game and this opponent.
All right, 2nd down and 10. From steps up under center, calls an audible, drops back to shotgun. We got 3 receivers, 3 receivers, 1 running back, and it's a delayed handoff for an 8-yard gain and a fumble. Texas says they have it. And Texas has recovered the fumble. Son of a... I can't believe it. Deep in our territory. Losi. Got a lot of explaining to do.
One of the guys that Holly was just talking about, freshman BJ Foster, number 25, is going to come
nothing has gone right for the dogs.
Along with
That's
Anthony
tough.
Wheeler, number 45, and Wilbon, who played in this building as a high school senior in a state championship game. But that's another one of those plays. Just a little bit of lack of concentration on the part of DeAndre Swift. And Texas in great field position again.
I'm in shock. Texas just recovered a fumble, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for Texas at the 11 of Georgia. And there is a end-around pass to the quarterback. He breaks 1 tackle and goes down at the 4 to bring up 2nd and 2. That's a end around with the wide receiver passing it. to the quarterback for Texas. Little trick play. Fairly effective there. Yeah, I mean, he broke a tackle. All right, 2nd down and 7, and he is stacked. Sorry, he is stuffed. It's a sack. I try to say stuff and sack at the same time. You can't do that. They're individual words.
Pressured by Georgia. He actually had enough time.
I'll bring up 3rd down, and maybe we can hold to a field goal.
It wasn't an all-out blitz.
All right.
It was a zone
I want to
pressure.
thank the 10 people in the watching in today. Make sure you give us a shout out in the chat box. Let us know where you're from.
Gets us to the end of the first quarter.
Oh.
Can Georgia cover up for another mistake with its defense on the field?
I'm getting indigestion watching this.
Right after these messages.
All right, they're going to go to break, and we're going to go to break. We'll be right back.
Okay, time for a brand new segment on the show called Insomnia Theater Express. Today we're featuring a 1950s educational film called Molly Grows Up.
Hi, what kind of a day did you have today?
Mom, guess what?
I don't know. What?
Mom, I started my first period.
All right.
Well, what do you know? Come on, sit down. Tell me about it.
Please don't.
When did it start?
Well, it was this afternoon when I was changing into my gym clothes, and I noticed a bit of blood on my panties, and golly, at first I thought, well, I didn't know what to think. And then I remembered when we talked about
Menstruation.
Munster cheese.
menstruation and stuff, and, well, then I went to see Miss Jensen.
My goodness.
You little whore.
How do you feel?
Well, I hate men, and it feels like my insides are being...
Didn't catch cold.
You might attract sharks.
That's right.
Or bears.
Peggy, of course I can't go swimming. You know I've got the curse. That's right. It isn't a good idea the first couple of days. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Good heavens, Molly, you're growing like a weed. I'm going to have to let that hem down again. Come on, I'll do it right now.
Okay.
It's above your ankles, for God's sakes.
You know, I've often wondered why it is that some women still call menstruation the curse.
I don't know.
Because it's so
Peggy
delightful?
calls it that. And it is kind of a nuisance, isn't it?
I suppose it is sometimes.
What are you two up to?
Oh, how were the fights, Jim?
No, not bad. What was all the talk about in here? Is this a private conference?
No, I don't think so. Do you, Molly?
No, I guess not. You tell her, Mom.
Well, Jim, Molly's growing up. She's having her first menstrual period.
All right, I'm going back to the basement.
Already? Oh, but Alice, I thought... Well, I mean, after all, she's only...
All right, Texas. Quarterback scrambles. Touchdown. 16-0. Extra point will probably make it 17-0. Wow, what a start. And I believe we're having some buffering issues again. I'm still in shock. 17-0. And we've been having buffering issues all night, so it's not a good start to the game either way. I'm going to try to buffer through this game, apparently. They're buffering, I'm buffering. Texas will be kicking off to Georgia. Man. Hey, Bomb, give me a progress report here on our stream. Guessing it's as bad as I think it is. Our stream health is poor stream health. Sponsored by Flomax. Well, if we don't turn this around, I guess it'd be easy to say we didn't deserve to be in that game Notre Dame played against Clemson. All week I've been like, hey, that should be Georgia. Maybe I was wrong. Texas manhandling the Dogs. And I'm at a loss for words here. All right, Georgia is going to have the ball now. First down and 10 from the 20. They walk up to the line slowly from under center. He's going to drop back to a shotgun. One halfback. Blitz from Texas. We run up the gut. And get a few yards there. I'll take it. We are early in the second quarter, 14 minutes. Georgia pretty quickly back up to the line. No huddle offense. From back in the shotgun. He's going to fire. Complete. All right, that's number 89. I forget who that is, but that is a completion. Let's check the downage here. Going to bring up third down and about 2. Yeah, third down and 2. I should be watching this on the computer, so I have to look off screen like that. I'm having a little trouble. But we had some technical issues, but we are back. It is third down and 2. Georgia from under center this time. Man in motion. It's going to be a handoff. Nowhere to go. Maybe he picked up a yard. Let's see what the refs say. And that is going to be a Georgia first down. First down, Dogs. All right. From back into the shotgun. Man in motion. We're going to run up the middle on the man defense. Breaks the tackle. That's our fullback. No, that's not. What tailback is that? Who is that? Huh. I'll find out later. Georgia staying in the no huddle offense. Already back up the line of scrimmage. All right, there's a snap. Quick pass to the outside. Staying on his feet. Breaks the tackle. And that is going to be another Georgia first down. All right, Georgia quickly back to the line. Holyfield checks into the game at halfback. First down and 10 for the Dogs. So they cross midfield from the 45. Fakes the hand, gives it to Holyfield. Picks up a good run there. 5-6 yards for Holyfield. The son of former heavyweight champion of the world, Evander Holyfield, who's still missing a little bit of his ear from when Mike Tyson bit him. All right, this is Wilson Bone Crusher. We are live in the Superdome here in New Orleans for the Sugar Bowl. No huddle offense from the shotgun. Holyfield still in the game. And Holyfield's going to run up the middle. That's going to be close to a first down. Let's see what the refs say. Yeah, and that is going to be another University of Georgia first down. Back to no huddle offense. There's a quick handoff and nowhere to go. It's going to be second down. Georgia now at the 30-yard line. Now this is our first real drive of the game. No huddle working pretty good. They're taking a little time now. They're not going to push the envelope, but they're still in the no huddle. Offense just kind of standing on the line. Looks like Texas has been in a man defense, so I'm looking for the blitz really soon here if I'm Georgia. Fromm scrambles to the left, and he's going to go down, picking up maybe 2 yards. We have like 3rd down and 11 here. All right, we need a big 3rd down conversion here. Add the shotgun from. Looks like Swift has checked in the game at halfback. Audibles. There's a snap. Quick pass out to the receiver. He's wide open. 1st down. Nicely done. All right. Big 3rd down conversion there on a 3rd and long. Swift stays in the game. Texas not showing a blitz. There's a handoff to Swift with nowhere to go. Second down and 10 for the Dogs. We got 2 halfbacks in right now. Out of the shotgun. Fromm fakes the handoff. Quick pass. Touchdown, Georgia. Number 35. And the Dogs are on the board. All right. Georgia's getting ready for the extra point attempt, and we'll check out the chat box here in a minute. Seems to be a little action going on in the chat box. So I was listening to myself a little bit there. Okay. I guess they got the extra point. I wasn't watching, so this is going to be 17-7. Georgia finally on the board here in the 2nd quarter. All right, let me turn down there. They're in a commercial. We're going to stay right here and head over to the chat box. All right, shout out Rocket News checks in to say, "You turn me on." NFL Production says, "Me too. You look so nice, young man." It's getting a little homoerotic in here. Mrs. Bone Crusher Wilson over there is giggling at that. But thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I try to take care of myself. And that reminds me, lately I've been taking some HGH booster. It's not HGH, it's like a supplement, it's a booster. So I'm doing that with a little bit of creatine in my workout. Getting some great results. I've been going out strong the last week and a half, feeling great now, man. I've been eating a lot of sugar and have a sedentary job, so I just had to do something to turn that around, and Guys, according to NFL Productions and Rocket News, that's paying off. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I got to work on the guns. Boom. All right, Dogs finally with a little momentum here. And they're in a commercial break, getting ready to kick back off to Texas with about 9 minutes left in the half. So I tell you what. Man, it's been a gut-wrenching game so far. It's really gonna give me an ulcer. Shout out to Mr. Bad Dog 7676, aka Dirty Couch Guy. He is one of the heavyweights in the live video play-by-play reaction genre, and he gave a shout out to Joey the Truth Wagner, who is an up-and-coming talent. So Joey's got to feel pretty hyped about that. Who is your favorite live reaction play-by-play guy? We're back in New Orleans. Young man. What are you, Carol Channing? Young man. All right, Georgia's getting ready to kick off here. This will be a touchback. All right, thanks to the 10 people we've got watching right now. Man, it's been a struggle to keep the stream up tonight. We've had so much humidity. It's like I've never seen it this foggy here in Florida, and the water, I think, is getting in the lines. Whenever it rains, it's like my upload speed gets really low. So if you lose the connection, if it buffers out, just exit, come back. We're going to keep it on as long as we can. All right, Texas has the ball here from the 20. First down and 10. Fake handoff, quick pass out to the wide receiver, who picks up a few yards. Doesn't get past the defender. Second down, and there's a handoff for Texas. They're going to pick up a couple more yards. And they're going to line up quickly. No huddle. Third down and short. It's a handoff. Doesn't get very far. Georgia thinks they've stopped him. Let's see what the ref says. Oh, it's going to be a first down for Texas. I don't have the usual view I usually have of the game. All right, first down and 10 for Texas here. Right about the 35-yard line. Drops back to pass, pressure, he breaks out of that sack, scrambles, and he's still on his feet. First down, Texas, and a whole lot more. Probably about a 20-yard run for the Longhorns. Almost sacked. Man, we needed that. That's going to get them out across midfield. All right, first down and 10. Call some audibles. Quick handoff. Not a lot of running room. Gets a second effort and a big push for a few yards there. The quarterback for Texas, number 11, Sam Elhinger, 9 and 11 on the day with 86 yards passing. He also made a reception. All right, he's going to throw complete to the wide receiver down the side for about Only about 2 or 3 yards short of the first down. Well, they're going to give him the first down. I guess my view was a little obstructed. I don't know if that was a good spot, but 1st and 10, Texas rolling, driving. They're at the Georgia 35, calling an audible. Sam out of the shotgun, quick handoff. Breaks a tackle, gets outside. Down to the 20 for another Texas first down. These boys came ready to play in the Superdome. This is probably the toughest team they've played all season. They are not intimidated. All right, Sam's gonna roll left and throws that out of bounds. Just gets rid of it. Play not there. Elhinger does a smart thing there. Tosses it. They'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for Texas. Down to Georgia, inside the Georgia 20 here. Threatening to score again. Unbelievable. All right, Elhinger out of the shotgun. No running backs. He's in the option off. And that option does not work. They're going to lose a couple yards. Good job, D. All right, big 3rd downs conversion coming up. You know, I'm not a big fan of that halfback option, whatever that was. They had the wide receiver, or they had the halfback line up in the slot, then get into the running back position. All right, here we go. 3rd down conversion coming up. It's going to be 3rd and 12. Elhinger all alone, and there's a whistle.
First charge timeout.
That is going to be a timeout.
30-second timeout. Kicking timeout.
Sounds like a 30-second timeout, maybe. I didn't catch that. All right, we'll keep it right here. No, they're going to go to a break. So we're going to go to a break. No, we're going to go to a break. No, we're going to keep it right here, folks. Let's go to the chat box. Let me turn these guys down and let's see what's happening in the chat box. No new action in the chat box. Well, do me a favor, like and subscribe. If you have any problems, you're going to see a no connection message come up. Just tap to retry, and that should reconnect us. We're having some trouble with our internet service provider, so the upload has been a little hit and miss tonight. We apologize about that, but thanks for staying with us and hanging tough. Texas right now, big 3rd down and 12 conversion coming up. I think they're going to play it safe and go for a field goal. They're at the they're inside the Georgia 20 right now. Texas is really controlling the game. Georgia with a bad turnover and at their own 10. Our punter, if you missed that earlier, when the punter received the punt from the snapper, and before he could get the kickoff, he actually had to, I guess, reach very low for the ball and took a knee with the ball in his hand. Then he got up and kicked it, but the referees called it down. So that really gave Texas great field position there. So Georgia just hasn't quite been themselves today. They're a little nervous, I guess, just not gelling. We are in a break right now. Things are quiet in the chat box. Make some noise in the chat box. All right, big 3rd down coming up. ball is spotted at about the 18-yard line of Georgia. So Texas might either just play it safe or go for a touchdown. Definitely in field goal range. All right. The whistle's going to get this thing back in motion. Elhinger, he's going to take a drop back, quick pass to the halfback out towards the line there, and he stays in bounds. Does not pick up a first down, picks up a few yards. That'll bring up 4th and 8. Sorry for this horrible coverage tonight I'm doing. I need to move that TV. We've made some adjustments here, and I might move it. Yeah, I might have to do that. Let's go ahead and move it before they make this field goal attempt. All right. That's a little better. All right, we've got a 35-yard field goal attempt coming up, and that's going to be good. It's 20-7, Texas, surprising a lot of people with this quick, early, decisive lead. 4:37 in the first half. All right, they're going to take a break, and we're going to go to break here. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Pfister, and I've estimated that about 85% of the soy sauce they give you in your Chinese takeout orders is going completely unused, totally wasted. I mean, I've got like 5 drawers of soy sauce stockpiled. What am I going to do with all that soy sauce? And if you're putting soy sauce on your rice, you're doing it wrong. People in Asia cook with soy sauce. They don't use it as a condiment. And who's eating that mustard they give you with your takeout order Chinese restaurant? I mean, is that supposed to go on a sandwich or one of those horrible egg rolls? Duck sauce? I can't even. What's going on with the duck sauce? What's that even for? How is that a thing? Like every couple of 3 years, let me try a little duck sauce. I'm like, no, this is stupid. And another thing about Chinese restaurants, how come when I show up at 9:30, there's like a 9-year-old kid running the cash register? I mean, I feel bad. On one hand, they should be at home sleeping or playing with their friends. But on the other hand, I do like my beef and broccoli for $6.95. Hey, just saying.
What is on with the duck sauce? I never use duck sauce. I mean, I don't even do the Chinese mustard either. I mean, every couple of years I'll try to put some of that stuff on one of the egg rolls. And talk about the worst egg rolls ever. These cabbage rolls, frozen. Yeah, well, we can rant about Chinese takeout, but I do keep the soy sauce because I can use it later for cooking. If you put your soy sauce on your rice, soy sauce is not a condiment, people. All right, we were in a break at the Sugar Bowl here in New Orleans. Texas just had a field goal, giving them a 13-point lead on the Dogs with about 4.5 minutes left in the first half. We're in a break. I guess I could have ranted about soy sauce some more. Who would have guessed? Ranting on soy sauce. Yeah, who does that? Remember, if you lose the game due to our technical issues tonight, just there should be a tap to retry button, where you can go out and come back in. We apologize for that. I'm gonna have to get the internet service provider out here. It only happens like when it's wet, when the atmosphere is wet, and their tech guy's like, there's probably getting moisture in the line. I'm like, okay. I probably shouldn't complain that too much because we just had a hurricane here. Man, that's some buffering. That is choppy stuff tonight. All right, Texas kicks it off. And the Dogs are going to take a knee. That's a touchback. All right, Georgia is back on offense. We are live at Superdome in New Orleans. All right. From quarter, Swift at tailback. Out of the shotgun, fake handoff. Fromm fires it deep down the left side. Oh, incomplete. Oh, man. I want to see the replay there. I thought he was open. Looked like he got a hand on it. Either way, it's going to be 2nd down and 10. We're watching on the ESPN Skycam, and there are no replays. We use this feed so we get the crowd noise without the announcers. All right, a delayed handoff. Holyfield bounces outside. He's got a little room. He's going to pick up 7, 8, 9 yards there, close to a 1st down. They'll bring up 3rd and short. All right, 3rd and 1. Game. What is going on down there? They're going to take their steroids this morning. Okay, we have been having more buffering issues, so thanks for sticking through that. If it times out on you, just hit the retry button to come back out and come back in. All right. 2nd and 13. Quick pass out to the receiver, and we've lost the coverage there. Everyone's having buffering issues tonight. I'm buffering, ESPN's buffering. It's a big buffer party, but that was a completion for Georgia. It looked like the receiver maybe didn't touch it, needed a touch, so he tried to stay on his feet. Yeah, I guess he did, because that's going to be a Georgia 1st down. All right, Fromm in the shotgun. He's going to drop back to pass. He fires it down the line. That is out of bounds and incomplete. Holyfield has 9 carries and 43 yards on the game so far. Fromm is 8 out of 12 with 82 yards and a touchdown. At Holyfield at halfback, Fromm is going to step back. And there's the snap, handoff to Holyfield, runs up the right side, can't quite break that tackle, gets a little bit of yardage. So that's going to bring up 3rd down for the Dogs with 2 minutes and 2 seconds in the 2nd quarter. Third down and 6 for Georgia here. Working out of the no huddle. We've seen a lot of no huddle today. All right, man in motion, Fromm out of the shotgun. I've seen a lot of that, and there's a whistle. There's a timeout.
First George timeout, Texas.
Georgia timeout.
We are the birthplace of America.
All right. We're going to keep it. They're going to break. We're going to try to keep it right here. We do have some quality content coming up for you during the halftime show. Make sure you stick around for that. And if you have any questions for us to answer in our comments, We'll get to those at halftime. We'll be hitting the chat box in just a couple of minutes, so go ahead and get your posts in now. Still no new comments since 8:44's Central Times comment from NFL Productions. You look so nice, young man. That really sort of brought things to a grinding halt in the chat box. Hi there, folks. Thanks for joining us. I am Bone Crusher Wilson, bringing you live play-by-play reaction video for these Georgia Bulldogs who have... We had a good drive. We were looking sharp earlier in the game. Besides that drive, we have not looked very good. We've had some fumbles. We had a really weird punt where the punter took a knee and was called down. He didn't. It was inadvertently. He was just going low to get the low snap, and ever since then, I don't know if that one play rattled our entire team, but nothing really has gone right except for that one drive for Georgia. But we've got the ball here. 3rd down and 6 coming up. Chance to get some momentum going. We want to get on the board again before we go to halftime. And I believe Georgia gets the ball back at the beginning of the 3rd quarter. We are at the Texas 38-yard line. Not in field goal position yet. They wanted to call a timeout for this. They want to make sure they pick the best play. All right, Swift in at running back from... Again, he's been working a lot out of the shotgun. 3-man line for the Texas defense. There's an audible. Maybe we're going to switch off to a running play. No, Fromm steps back, fires complete. And that is a 1st down. And maybe I won't play that 1st down graphic thing again. Here, I'll do it real quick. No, we don't have time for that nonsense. All right, no huddle offense. We are back. Georgia's got a 1st and 10 at the 30 of Texas. Quick pass from incomplete. No, that is going to be a completion. He did hang on to that. So that is a pick up a few yards there. That'll put us at about the... Let's see where they spot it. No, that is they decided it's incompletion. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10, still at about the 30, 31-yard line of Texas. So we're getting close to field goal range as the clock winds down. 1:19 in the 1st half. And Fromm staying in that shotgun. Swift in the game. And Fromm fires deep down the middle. Incomplete. Wow. Wow. We needed that. Third down and 10 coming up. All right, I haven't heard from A-Bomb with any update stream quality. We got some bad stream health tonight, sponsored by Flomax. Whenever that starts buffering, that's brought to you by Flomax. Okay, 3rd and 10. Georgia up to the line here at the 31-yard line of Texas. Man in motion. Texas in the man-to-man defense. Blitz! Sack! Son of a bitch! Unbelievable. Out of field goal range. Man, Texas comes ready to play today. There's a Texas player slow to get up, but he is on his feet, limping off, though. So number 25 for the Texas defense. Not a good limp there. Not under his own power. All right. Bring up 4th and 19 for the Bulldogs. They got it at the Texas 40. I mean, yeah, I guess you go for it. You go for it, right? Let's see what they do here. They are not going to go for it. Georgia is going to punt. They brought out the punt team. I hope it's a punt. Don't do it. Don't try a fake here, guys. Don't try a fake. This punter's had a rough night. He got shaken up after taking a knee. He's just looking for a booch kick, little pooch punt. And not bad. All right, Texas is going to have it at the 8-yard line with a minute to go in the half as the Dogs remain befuddled. Man. And when we go to halftime, we're gonna check on the chat box. So if you have any comments or anything you want to say, any shout outs, prayer requests, whatever. No, we're not doing prayer requests. But hit us up in the chat box. And then we're going to go into some Herschel Walker highlights during the halftime. He's the greatest college running back of all time. Herschel Walker. All right. Texas 1st and 10 with the run. Nowhere to go. They're down at the 7 as after the slip there. Trey Watson slips on that play. So clock is running. Second down and 10. If you have any trouble with our stream, just tap to retry or come back in. Go out and come back in. We've been having some buffering issues. Handoff, Texas, up the middle. Pretty good run there. He's going to pick up 5-6 yards. And that's going to take us to the end of the second quarter. Georgia calls a timeout. Hang on. Huh. 3rd and 3. The unnecessary timeout. I don't know what we think we're going to do in 13 seconds. No. They put 1 second back on the clock. 14 seconds, 3rd and 3. As we approach the end of the first half, where it's been all Texas. Elhinger having a really solid day, 10 out of 13. 90 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, and he did have a reception in the red zone. He did. Okay, 3rd and 3. And it's a handoff to the right side. Nowhere to go. No surprise there. And Georgia's going to call a timeout. Why didn't they call that timeout earlier? I don't know. If they really wanted a chance. I mean, if we're playing like video game Madden, yeah, I would have been calling timeout a bunch. But 4th and 4 with 8 seconds. If you're having any trouble with our stream, hit the tap to retry button or exit and come back in. Usually the games are, quality's going to be a lot better. But we decided this was such an important game to go ahead with the broadcast. So I guess we're going to see the punting team come out here. And that'll run up the clock. Maybe we can run it back for a touchdown. Let's do that. Sure. And there is the punt. Fair, calls for a fair catch, and the ball is just going to roll down and we'll touch it at the 33. Clock has expired, and that is the first half where Texas leads 22-7. All Texas, man. All right, nothing going on in the chat box. We've lost a lot of viewers due to the technical issues. But we are at halftime here. There is a flag. So hang on a second. Don't go to the locker room just yet. We got a flag.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 87, receiving team. That 10-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff to start the
All
third
right.
quarter.
I don't know if you heard that, but that is going to be a penalty on Georgia to be assessed a kickoff at the beginning of the next half. So not what I expected. All right, let's check a few stats here for the Dogs. Jake Fromm, 9 out of 15, 89 yards passing and 1 touchdown. Neither receiver having a lot of yards passing, but both with pretty good completion percentages there. Holyfield is the lead rusher so far for the Dogs today. 9 carries, 43 yards. Brian Herron, that's who number 35 is. He's had 2 carries for 10 yards, but unfortunately for DeAndre Swift, 5 carries, -4 yards. Jake Fromm, 3 carries, -6 yards. That includes a sack. And receiving for the Dogs, Riley Ridley, who is, I guess he is the younger brother of rookie Ridley out of for the Atlanta Falcons. He's receptions, 55 yards. And that touchdown was to number 35, Brian Herron. He's like the number 3 running back for our only points and his only reception. Okay, well, let's check the chat box real quick before we go to our halftime programming here. Things are quiet in the chat box, so we are going to go to the halftime show and some special content for you. Maybe this will get the Georgia Bulldogs pumped up. Maybe this will turn it around. We need the gold line stalker. We need to summon the ghost of Herschel Walker, the greatest college running back of all time. All right. It's halftime, and here is 14 minutes of Herschel Walker highlights. Okay, I don't have that queued up right away. Let me go ahead and pull that up. I forgot we had to reboot during technical issues and I lost that, but I'm going to get that back for you because that's going to pump us up. Surely the goal line stalker can take care of it, can get us back in the game. We need something.
The 27 of South Carolina. And Herschel Walker around the corner on a sweep is down to the 10. Again, it's Ballou gives the ball to Herschel Walker. Walker finds a hole on the right side. He's outside, and he may be gone. Touchdown, Georgia.
There's a beautiful block thrown here by the fullback. Now he gets to the sideline. It appears that they have leverage on him, but look at him run right by everyone. He's a 4.3 40 man, 9.500, and no one can catch him. The last guy that has a chance is number 20, Mark Bridges, and he just runs right by him. What a run.
Buck Bellew gives it to Herschel Walker. Walker gets a big block on the right side, and the big guy goes. The freshman from Wrightsville has a first down at the Carolina
line. Just the start of things. First quarter at the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville as Walker sweeps to the right. Gets outside. The 35. Look out. He's past midfield, and he's got a blocker. Cuts to the inside. Herschel Walker. There he goes again.
Responsible for springing the block. Number 88 is blocking Golden, number 57, who is a very fine football player himself. You can see Walker just ignores the defensive backs. Al, he just acts like he's oblivious to it. 72 yards that are.
Pitch it to Walker. To the left side, has some room, 30, 35, and out to the 39 for the first down, where David Little catches up with him. 14-10. Walker will swing it back the other way, trying to get to the outside. And Walker down the sidelines gets bumped out of bounds at the 33. Second down and a long 4. And Bellew pitching it to Walker. Walker inside the 20, and down he goes at about the 12-yard line.
Ball down on this particular drive, Al, so watch out.
First down from the 18-yard line. Walker looking inside. There goes Herschel, and he gets the first down and nearly the touchdown. Just stopped at the 4 by Fernando Jackson.
See this on my phone. It's too choppy to show video highlights of the goal line stock of Herschel Walker. So instead, we are going to bring you the halftime performance from the Texas Longhorn Marching Band. guys. It's halftime. Thanks for hanging with us. Hungry kitty. Is that guy NFL Productions? Are you still in there? Haven't I seen you at some of the other live reaction chat rooms? Now that I think about it, were you in Joey the Truth Wagner's production room, or Sports Fury, or Mr. Bad Dog 7676 Dirty Couch Rolled Gold Pretzel guy? We are buffering again. If you're having a buffering issue, it times out. You might get an option that says tap to retry. Go ahead and do that, or you can exit and come back in. We normally do not have these technical issues. So you can subscribe to this channel in confidence that we'll have quality broadcast for you. All right, streaming limit error. You have been logged out. The maximum number of connections has been reached. So I don't know what that's all about. And we are at halftime, so we're going to take a look here, and we'll be back after this.
Good morning, in Indiana. This is me that your call.
Who is it this time?
I beg your pardon?
Who are you?
You have Southern Indiana.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me, I have a few more questions if you don't mind.
Okay.
Where's John Connor?
I'm sorry, who's who?
John Connor.
I have no idea, sir. What department does he work?
Hey, I'm a police officer.
That he's a police officer?
Yes, correct.
Are you trying to reach someone in security?
Yeah.
That he's a police officer?
Yes.
One moment. Southern Indiana.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm fine. Yourself?
I'm a cybernetic organism. One of us is in deep trouble.
Who?
You.
I am.
Impersonating an officer, resisting arrest, fraud, reckless driving, and lying to the sheriff.
Huh.
Yeah.
Now, who's
Excuse me, I have a few more questions if you don't mind. Hey, I'm a police officer.
Well, how do I know that you are?
Trust me.
Well, how am I going to trust you if I don't? How do I know if you are?
Why not?
Well, I don't know. I just don't know if you are or not.
Stop being such a I'm wasting my time.
Hold on a minute. Let me get your number on this phone.
No deal.
Then got it. Okay. Now what you need?
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. And I want to
About
have
what?
them answered immediately. Where is she?
Who?
I'm a friend of Sarah Connor. I was told that she's here. What's the matter?
Huh. Well, let me tell you, she's not here.
And you expect me to believe you? You know you're lying.
Yeah, because, you done got both of her friends, so she's probably... You on here?
Yes.
Okay, what you need?
You're not the one I want.
Well, who do you want?
Let me talk to your mother.
Well, my mother's not here.
You know you're lying. Get your mother, please.
Uh-huh.
Do it now. Come on. Where is she?
Who?
Sarah Connor.
I don't know where she's at.
Don't f***ing bullshit me.
I'm not.
No, this is not true.
What's that?
Stop whining. You lack discipline.
Huh.
Well, I've got news for you. You're mine now. You belong to me.
Is that right?
Yeah. You psychopathic bitch.
Oh, I am I?
Affirmative.
You don't even know me.
Come on, baby. You know you're the girl of my dreams.
Huh? Do you know me?
Yeah.
Okay, who am I?
Catherine Brewster.
No, I don't think so.
Come on. Don't bullshit me.
I like bullshit people.
You son of a bitch. Don't do that.
Don't do what?
So don't give me that crap.
Huh?
Don't bullshit me.
Bullshit who? Are you on here?
Yes.
Well, why ain't you talking to me when I talk to you?
You're a damaged goods lady.
Am I now? Seems like
Yeah.
you're big chicken not telling me who you are.
Negative.
You can't tell me who you are?
No.
Why not?
I'm not authorized to answer your question.
Yeah, I think you
Desire
can.
is irrelevant.
Huh?
I am a machine. What's the
Why do I
matter?
hear music? Why do I hear music in the background?
I don't know.
You sure you don't need any help?
No.
How come?
I want to ask you a bunch of questions.
Who is this?
I'm a cop, you idiot!
Where are you?
California.
Well, sir, I'm going to hang up now.
Go and kiss your mother's behind.
All right, and we are back. At halftime, Texas leading Georgia, and we're having buffering issues, so we're going to try to turn this over to ESPN for you guys. Let you just listen in on that, because I am tired of wrestling with these technical issues tonight. We'll have those resolved for our next game. It's the Indeed halftime report.
For 27 years, the All-State AFCA Good Works team has recognized college football players whose good works extend beyond the field of play. This year's team looks to continue that tradition of leadership and volunteerism.
You know, I think it's important to give back to people that give to you.
So you recognize it's, such a prestigious honor as this. It's, means a lot.
Allstate has proudly teamed up with the American Football Coaches Association to celebrate 27 years of service and excellence with the Allstate AFCA Good Works team. Tonight, we congratulate 22 student athletes and honorary head coach for their dedication to philanthropy and the positive impact they've made off the field. Butler University kicker Drew Bevelheimer has a passion for bettering the lives of those in the Indianapolis community. He worked with the Team Impact organization to sign 8-year-old Robert Schaffer, who suffers from an incurable kidney condition, as an honorary teammate. North Dakota State University quarterback Easton Stick is committed to making a difference in his community. He spearheaded the first football camp to serve Special Olympic athletes at his university, and also assisted in organizing a 5K run that raised over $5,000 for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. This year's team captain, the University of Notre Dame's tight end Nick Wisher, established Wish Forever, a foundation that honors his brother Andrew, who lost a 3-year battle with cancer. The foundation gives back to families with adolescents fighting cancer by providing support and financial relief through their courageous battles. In recognition of their dedication to positively impact others in their communities, we congratulate all members of the 2018 All-State AFCA Good Works team.
Captain Nick Weisher of Notre Dame, All-State Executive Dave Prendergast. There is the 2018 All-State AFCA Good Works team. Actually, the game you're currently watching, Texas leading Georgia 20-7. Sean, Todd, and Hollywood have your second half coming up right after this.
There's a story out there. It's your financial story. Bankers and lenders are seeing it. Make sure you see it too. Get your free Experian financial profile only at Experian.com/profile.
A February to remember. A June to remember. Or an October to remember. All starts with a December to remember. Find the gift that keeps on giving at the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Sweat, dedication,
Cupcakes.
I'm Michael Griffin.
I'm Brian Arakpo.
We play football together for the Titans.
Now, we own a cupcake shop. We bake, we decorate. I love this new Surface Pro. It's light, it's sleek, it's fast.
I'm able to draw and color frosting we want. We deal a lot with social media.
We have funny videos that we do in the bakery. There's nothing that you can't do on this device. Cupcakes are a great business.
Oh yeah, as long as you don't eat the profits.
Here we come again. Applebee's All You Can Eat is back. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
I am the wild. If you want to survive, you need to get through me. The NFL playoffs start on ESPN and ABC. Colts, Texans, Saturday at 4:35 Eastern.
This is your new bachelor, Colton. Still on the fence? Colton! Well, get over it. Holy. This season changes everything.
What just happened?
The Bachelor live premiere Monday, 8/7 Central on ABC.
Meanwhile, in communist China, a baby goes unclothed. Camel toe. Oh, you come in now. Government only allow one baby. So we'll poison one with some American soft drinks. And get that kid a diaper before he goes to the bathroom on somebody. You buy #1 American White Devil soda. Frankie Chung has dishonored his ancestors making this. I choo-choo chang you.
Welcome back to the All-State Sugar Bowl from New Orleans. Texas raced out to a 17-0 lead as we head for the second half. It's 20-7 in favor of the Longhorns. Welcome back. Happy New Year. Sean McDonough along with Todd Blackledge, joined again in a moment by Holly Rowe. The number that stands out in the first half, Georgia, leading rushing team in the SEC, just 29 yards rushing.
Yeah, I thought Texas was definitely more locked in to start the game. They played with great fire, great passion. You heard Tom Herman talk to Holly, and I think it'll be a different second half. I think we'll see a different Georgia team in the second half, but they've got to get DeAndre Swift going. He had -4 yards and a fumble.
Because of the penalty against Georgia at the end of the half, and Texas kicking off from midfield. Tom Herman tries the onside kick, and Georgia was ready for it.
I don't like it.
I don't either.
I don't like it at all.
Defense is playing really well. Kick a touchback. Give them at the 20. Here's a look at AT&T's giving their best. Bevo, an hour before the game, going after 62-pound Uga. And the defense feisty as well for the Longhorns at the start.
The run defense was outstanding. They crowded the line of scrimmage. They brought extra bodies. They tackled well. And again, they forced DeAndre Swift to put it on the ground twice. Only lost one of those fumbles. But I don't like giving Georgia this kind of field position. You had a huge field position edge in the first half, and that was a big part of your success.
Yeah, that's overthinking it a little bit, if you ask me. And here's Elijah Holyfield. That run gets him over 1,000 yards for the season. So both he and DeAndre Swift over 1,000, as Todd said in the first half. They're the first school to have back-to-back seasons with two 1,000-yard rushers involving 4 different people.
4 different guys.
Tony Michel and Nick Chubb, both in the NFL, did it last year. I also don't like it. Almost says to your team, if you're Texas, you know, I think
even though we're ahead, we have to do things like this?
Yeah, well, I don't like it.
Yeah, you said that quite articulately, I might add.
Well, and here's the thing. As you see another typical kind of run play on first down that Texas had in the first half. Your advantage in field position first half, you started on your own 45. Georgia started on their own 24. You were in their territory. Part of that was the turnover. Part of it was the punter for Georgia putting his knee down. But why start the second half and risk that?
And Tom Herman told us yesterday, because they are a gain ground in small chunks, no 50-yard plays, they are a field position team. That's, to a large extent, got out of college football now with the way these offenses go up and down the field, but it's still particularly important for Texas. Brian Herrien, defense trying to back up its coach, and Brandon Jones, the safety, up near the line of scrimmage, involved in that play.
You know, the last 3 games of the season, and that included the Big 12 championship game against Oklahoma, Texas's run defense was the best it had been all season. They held their opponents to about 119 yards per game. They held Oklahoma, who was a great running team, to under 150 yards. And they're doing it again here today.
3rd down and 11. Jake Fromm, 9 out of 15 passing for 89. Todd Orlando looks like he's going to bring a blitz. 5 men come after Fromm. He throws on the run, up for grabs, and intercepted by P.J. Locke. Playing in his final game at the University of Texas, a huge interception to start the half for the Horns.
Jake Fromm is trying to extend the play. He's going to try to leave the pocket and make a throw, but watch Anthony Wheeler, number 45, right there. He is going to get to Fromm, and Fromm's not able to get enough on this throw. He underthrows his intended receiver, Ridley, and P.J. Locke, who's sitting back there as a middle safety, makes the interception.
Just the 3rd of his career. Wheeler is a factor as a rusher. He's been that tonight. He was 3rd on their team in sacks starting tonight. Isaiah Wilson, the redshirt freshman right tackle, is really the only offensive lineman who hasn't missed time due to injury this year, is down on the field.
Hey, who are you? Oh, hey, Jeff, I'm a car thief.
What?
I'm here to steal your car because, well, that's my job. What? 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 What?
It happens.
And if you got cut rate car insurance, paying for this could feel like getting robbed twice. So get Allstate. And be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Right now, get 3,000 customer cash on the purchase of a 2019 Sorento V6 at Kia's Light Up the Holidays sales event. Hurry in, deals end soon.
I want to keep doing what I love. That's the retirement plan. My annuity, I know there's a guarantee. It's for my family, it's for myself, it's for my future.
Annuities can provide protected income for life. Learn more at retireyourrisk.org.
Initiate.
There is a reason human cloning is banned.
I didn't defy every natural law there is just to lose you again.
Replicas, rated PG-13, in theaters January 11th.
Welcome to the 2019 Allstate Sugar Bowl. The Allstate agencies in your local neighborhood make it possible for us to sponsor tonight's game, and we'd like to congratulate both teams. At Allstate, our business is about more than fixing smashed cars or damaged houses. It's about making lives better, safer, and more connected. It's you and us working together. That's what the good hands do. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the game.
Isaiah Wilson, the right tackle, walked off under his own power. Giant man, 6'7", 340 pounds on the freshman All-SEC team. Sam Ehlinger, 10 out of 13 passing for 90 yards. He's rushed for 2 touchdowns, 7 carries, 27 yards. Throws a sinker and a little bit too low, off target for little Jordan Humphrey. Interesting name. His older brother, when he was born, wanted his mother to name him in honor of Michael Jordan. So her compromise was to name him Lil Jordan, L-I-L Jordan. We call him LJ around the Texas program. Here's Andrew Beck to the 45, taken down by J.R. Reed.
Andrew Beck, one of the real valuable assets to this football team. Missed all of last year with an injury, was still voted captain. Very well respected, well liked, and with him coming back this year, it's really solidified that tight end position as a blocker. He's very versatile. They can use him as a receiver, flank him out. He's added a lot to the Texas offense.
And the offense scoring Tim Beck, no relation, has talked that Andrew is really one of the most valuable players on their team. Big 3rd down and 5, 3 minutes into the second half. Some twisting up front from Georgia. They harass Ehlinger. He gets away again, does not get the first down. Chased down by Devontae Wyatt. And they'll mark him almost a full 2 yards short of the line to make.
Good stop by the Georgia defense. Right now, Texas has a chance to set that field position advantage again. They chose not to do it on the kickoff, and they have a chance to do it right here.
Well, we mentioned the defense backed up their coach. Appreciated, he was willing to take a chance. And they've done that all year. Texas has only given up 7 points off turnovers the entire season. Fewest in the country. The onside kick wasn't a turnover, but the defense called upon to defend a shorter field than they might have. Buchevsky's punt and a fair catch by Terry Godwin. 38 yards on the punt. Looks like Wilson's coming back.
Taco Bell invites you to a world that defies all logic. A place where burritos are filled with delicious nachos or indulgent chicken enchiladas, all for the unbelievable price of $1. No, you're not having a delicious burrito dream. You're eating the new $1 Grande Burritos from Taco Bell's new Cravings Value menu. Value beyond belief.
Can you drive me to Jessica's house?
At Northwestern Mutual, this is what our version of financial planning looks like. Tomorrow's important, but so's making the most of the house before they're out of the house.
For one, you're earning unlimited 1.5% cash on every purchase everywhere. Like on that new laptop. Quicksilver keeps things simple, Gary. And smart, like you. And I like that.
I guess I am pretty smart.
Don't let that go to your head, Gary. What's in your wallet?
The All-State Sugar Bowl, brought to you by Taco Bell's new Cravings Value menu. Value beyond belief. And AT&T. More for your thing. That's our thing.
A couple of injury updates for Georgia. Their right tackle Isaiah Wilson is back and will return in this game. 6'7", 340 pounds. He returns in a big way. And also PJ Foster, who was taken to the locker room in the first half for Texas. He is back out. He played their last defensive series. Looks good out there for the Longhorns.
Well, I think that Georgia has to throw the football on first down. Right now they're averaging 2 yards a play on first down. Jake Fromm in the first half was 0 for 4 throwing on first down, but Texas is overloaded. They're inviting them to throw on first down because they're overloading the line of scrimmage to stop the run on first down. And I think Georgia's got to make that adjustment here in this possession.
We'll talk about the lack of the running game for Georgia, 39 yards, but Fromm thrown for just 89 on 9 out of 16. He started 7 for 9 with a touchdown. He's 2 for 7 since with an interception. Elijah Holyfield. Athletic run for about 13 yards and a first down.
Now that's a good first down run. They have not been able to do that. Nice job by the left tackle, Andrew Thomas, with a nice block on that play.
His dad, 4-time heavyweight champ, Evander Holyfield, here in New Orleans tonight.
Very graciously posing for a lot of pictures before the game. Saw him down there on the sideline.
Did you ask him for an autograph?
No, I did not.
He probably asked for yours. Sugar Bowl Hall of Famer Todd Blackledge tonight. DeAndre Swift got spun around, held onto the ball. He's fumbled twice, lost one. That's an 11-yard gain, and Georgia is on the move.
Now this is a nice job. Nice block by the wide receiver, Mecole Hardman, number 4. Sealed his man to the outside, and Swift, who has excellent cutting ability and vision, did a nice job cutting inside the block of his wide receiver. That's got to be an encouraging sign for Jim Chaney to see DeAndre Swift with a run like that.
James Coley next to him. Quarterback coach, co-offensive coordinator. Riley Ridley taken to the boundary by Chris Boyd.
I looked at those first half stats, Sean, and I saw DeAndre Swift, 5 carries, -4 yards and a fumble, but he actually put it on the ground twice. And I saw Colin Johnson for Texas, no receptions. And I don't think either one of these teams can win the game if those two guys don't become a factor here in the last 30 minutes. They're just too important for their offenses to not be effective.
From a deep handoff after a lot of maneuvering. Mentioned Jim Chaney gives him a lot of latitude because of his intelligence at the line of scrimmage. B.J. Foster in on another stop. And here's third down and a long one, nearly 2, about 1.5 yards.
This has not been a great part of the offense for Georgia through the year. Now, they brought Brian Harrion back in. It looks like they want him in on the third down and short. But now they're putting him in a wing position. An unusual formation here. Empty backfield now for Jake Fromm.
Mecole Hardman back and forth. Blitz off the corner, and a good play by Georgia. They threw away from the blitz side to Brian Harrion. He got the first down just shy of midfield at the 48.
Brian Harrion's given them some good plays. He hasn't been in a lot of snaps, but he's been involved in every play that he's been in. Ran for a couple short yardage plays. Nice catch there on third down.
And when Swift fumbled a couple times, that looked like it gave Harrion more of a chance. He's run hard. He's had a couple of catches. The godson of the late quarterback Steve McNair. First and 10. Texas crowds the line. Fromm given a lot of time. And an errant throw.
Yeah.
Most accurate quarterback in the SEC and 8th in the country in completion percentage. Has missed a couple that he would ordinarily hit. Looking for Terry Godwin there.
And you just don't get many opportunities like that. They had run the ball so well. They went max protection with a great play action fake, and they had a wide open receiver, and Jake Fromm overthrew him. That's 2 poor throws on single coverage down the field that Jake's had today, and that's not typical for him.
Justin Fields, the backup, who played in 12 out of 13 games coming into tonight, has not played at all. Brian Harrion, the ball carrier. And when we asked Jim Chaney yesterday, is there a package for Justin Fields? He said, I'm not sure. We like what Fromm does, getting us in the right plays. Yeah. They admire Justin Fields and his talent. They hope he stays. Kirby Smart said, we're trying to say to him, well, if you're going to go someplace as a transfer, you're going to sit out.
Right.
So why not sit here if you want a little separation in class between you and Jake Fromm and learn and get better. But as Kirby said, that's a hard thing to convince the #1 recruit in the entire country. He needs to sit and wait behind someone else. More pressure and another quick throw. That one off target for DeAndre Swift. And it's 4th down. And the punt team comes out.
Well, again, another poor throw by Jake Fromm. That's 2 on this drive. Not sure that one would have converted the first down. The other one would have been a touchdown. But just not what you expect to see from a guy who's coming into the game nearly 70% completion.
Jake Camarda, the freshman, to punt. Brandon Jones is back deep. 21-yard average. He had an 11-yard shank. First punt of the night went 53 yards, but he put his knee down before punting, and they marked the ball where his knee went down on a low snap. Nicole Hardman downs it. Good job by Camarda, and Texas will start at the 6. Nearly midway through the 3rd quarter at the All-State Sugar Bowl.
Shield annuities from Bright House Financial allow you to take advantage of growth opportunities with a level of protection in down markets, so you can be less concerned about your retirement savings. Talk with your advisor about Shield annuities from Bright House Financial, established by MetLife.
Here we go, come on. They can see us coming from a mile away. They want to see us, want to be us now. We don't play. Yeah, getting fancy, edge of your seat. We got a groove making you move. Now come on, get on your feet. It's like 1, 2, what's the move? I got 2, 3, follow me. I got 4, 5, that's the vibe. I like 6. Do it like this. Get up, right now, get up. Right now, get up. Right now, get up. Right now, get up. Do it like this.
This is uncharted territory. A Peloton boot camp where elite instructors and live metrics put every muscle to work. Where it's you versus everyone else. With live classes every single day.
Meanwhile, in communist China, a baby goes unclothed. Camel toe. Ah, you come in now. Government only allow 1 baby. A little poison one with some American soft drinks. I get that kid a diaper before he goes to the bathroom on somebody. You buy #1 American White Devil soda. Yeah, Frankie Chung has dishonored his ancestors making this. I choo-choo chang you.
knows how to get that first down.
Now he's straight back to pass with plenty of time. Going deep for Devin Duvernay in single coverage. And he did not make the catch. The true freshman, Tyson Campbell, there for Georgia.
This is a good throw, and it's very good coverage by Tyson Campbell. He's right there. He finds the ball. He plays through the hands. You can't play the cornerback position any better than that.
He was a five-star recruit coming out of American Heritage High School this year in South Florida. Tyson Campbell, 2nd and 10. Ingram throwing the ball to the backs has been a nice wrinkle for Tim Beck, the offensive coordinator. Natrez Patrick made the stop for Georgia. Ingram's 3rd catch. Watson's had a couple. There's Tim Beck, offensive coordinator, been at Ohio State, Nebraska. Very balanced offense for Texas tonight. Good mix of run and pass. It's a pass on 3rd and 6. A flag down, a deep throw, double coverage. Looks like two Bulldogs fighting each other for it, and J.R. Reed has the ball. There is a flag thrown where you'd expect an offensive holding penalty, but you never know.
It's probably going to be holding. And the interception, you hate to see that if you're Tim Beck, but it's almost like a punt as well. It's 3rd down.
Holding, number 77, offense. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is the interception. First down, Georgia.
Got Patrick Vahe for the hold right here, number 77. Yeah, that's a wrestling takedown. Easy call. And again, you hate the interception, but this is just as effective as a punt. Heck of a play by J.R. Reed. Does he have it? Wow.
Well, this is one that Texas might not want to go in its favor. Looks like the ball hits the ground if we continue to go.
Yeah.
But it'll be 4th down. You'd think that Texas would punt, and if you told Tom Herman if you're going to punt, Georgia have the ball at the 10, you'd probably take that, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
We'll see if it is an interception when we come back. 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter at the All-State Sugar Bowl in New Orleans.
Fact is, every insurance company hopes you drive safely. But Allstate actually helps you drive safely with DriveWise. It lets you know when you go too fast and brake too hard. With feedback to help you drive safer, giving you the power to actually lower your cost. Unfortunately, you can't do anything about that. Now that you know the truth, are you in good hands?
After the replay review, here's the call from Mike Shedd. Is it an interception?
After review, the ball hit the ground. It's an incomplete pass. The penalty is holding number 77 will still be declined. 4th down.
Yeah, definitely got it right on the replay. Heck of an effort by J.R. Reed. And, you know, for Texas, the best part about this is they at least have a chance to flip the field. They started this possession on their own 6-yard line. It looked like Georgia had a chance to back them up.
And they will punt, certainly in plus field position at the Georgia 47. Tom Herman might have pondered going for it. Ryan Buchevsky on to punt. Texas ran 11 plays from its own 6. Took 3:41 off the clock. It's going to wind up right around the 10 again. Georgia might have gained a foot or two. 36-yard kick. Wild Card Weekend starts Saturday, and it begins on ABC, ESPN, and ESPN Deportes at 4:30 Eastern Time. It's the Colts. What a year they've had, taking on the AFC champion Houston Texans. From NRG Stadium, coverage starts with postseason NFL countdown at 3 Eastern. Big part of the Colts' success, the return to health. Yeah. Andrew Luck. Georgia native Deshaun Watson at the helm for Bill O'Brien and the Houston Texans. Both teams got off to very rough starts this year and rallied to make the playoffs. Should be a fun game. Jake Fromm on first down. Off his back foot, man open, and the ball knocked away from Jeremiah Holloman by B.J. Foster. In for the injured Caden Stearns. And if Stearns much better than what Foster has seen tonight. Stearns and Foster, is that a mattress?
It's going to be a good safety duo in the Big 12, that's for sure. Perfect timing by Foster. He just read the eyes of Holloman. As soon as he saw him go for the ball, he just ripped that arm right between the arms of the receiver, knocked the ball out. Excellent play.
Tremendous performance by this Texas defense tonight. Georgia's not found a rhythm. DeAndre Swift ducks ahead to the 15 with P.J. Locke there. Three and a half to go, third quarter. Third down, 7, just across the 14.
Georgia's 6 of 11, and that's, you know, Texas has not been good on third down percentage-wise. Big opportunity here with the field position in their favor.
Isaac Donald went in motion. Almost looked like he cut up the field too early. Fromm knocked down short of the line to make by a couple. Jeffrey McCulloch, Jr. from Houston, Texas there.
Texas showed pressure. They had 5 guys around the line of scrimmage. They dropped out and only rushed 3, and Jake Fromm had nowhere to go with the football. And then they made the tackle short of the first down. Another beautiful defensive stand by this Longhorn defense.
Here's Jake Camarda with Lil Jordan Humphrey back deep. Camarda has a big leg. He had 3 punts of more than 60 during the regular season. That's another boomer. 51 yards. And the fair catch by Humphrey at the 30.
The last time we saw this Texas defense in the Big 12 championship, Oklahoma gained 508 yards on them. And of course, Kyler Murray, the Heisman Trophy winner, had a spectacular game. Georgia, one of the most prolific offenses in college football, particularly in the SEC. Only 174 yards of total offense right now.
Well, Kirby Smart at halftime told Holly Rowe we'll find out what we're all about in the second half. And this second half performance is a dud. Brief stretch in the first half where it looked like they were picking up some momentum. It hasn't lasted long. Ellinger, lots of time, weaving back near the line of scrimmage.
That's good disciplined coverage down the field by Tyson Campbell and the Georgia defense. They were trying to fake. They've thrown that little swing pass out to the backs a lot today. They tried to show that, fake it, and get a ball down the field. Georgia was not fooled by the action. Sam Ehlinger had to scramble forward for no gain.
Is it too early if you're Texas to take a little more time off the clock?
I don't want to lose your aggressiveness. I get that. If you want to stay in the huddle maybe or that, but stay aggressive.
A big difference between last year and this for Texas. They've won close games. They haven't blown fourth quarter leads. Last year they lost 4 games that they had the lead in the fourth quarter. First down run for Trey Watson.
Now the Georgia defense got sucked inside. Really nice block by the right tackle, Sam Cosmi. Evan Duvernay with a block on the perimeter and a nice run. And again, the running game, the biggest surprise of the football game is the Texas running game and run defense.
Rush for 131. Ehlinger, deep throw, up for grabs. There's Colin Johnson out of the witness protection program with Eric Stokes in coverage. First down inside the 25 at the 23.
Eric Stokes is in great position. The problem is Eric Stokes is listed at 6'1", and Colin Johnson is 6'6". He goes up and high points the ball. The ball's a little bit underthrown, and Colin makes the catch.
Texas with a minute to go in the third quarter.
That's what they do with those 2 big receivers. They throw that football up and let them make a chance. You call it a 50-50 ball. The defender has a 50% chance of making the play, but with those big bodies and the timing, it's a high percentage play.
Tom Herman said that's how we make explosive plays. It's our best way to do it. The jump balls to the big receivers. This is a short throw to Colin Johnson. The officials say wind the clock, and they do not have to snap it again. Here in the third quarter, 55th bowl game for both Texas and Georgia. Only Alabama has played in more. They know that Georgia knows they don't have to snap it, so they hurried to the line and caught them.
Yeah, well, Kirby called a timeout, so he caught the timeout before the penalty was going to happen.
That's what I meant. Taught them running people on and off to force the timeout.
Now again, this is a defense that tries to substitute a lot by personnel, and Texas saw all this mass substitution, tried to get to the line and call the play quick, and Kirby said, we're going to get caught with too many guys on the field. Smart timeout by Kirby Smart.
That's not redundant. It's mayhem, right? It's all states mayhem.
It all flows together, doesn't it?
Kirby Smart, obviously very actively involved. He's always actively involved in the defense, even when Mel Tucker was there, but he has clearly taken the lead tonight.
Got to be alert for Ehlinger run here. He's got his tight end Beck to the right, 3 receivers to the left.
Ehlinger, he wanted to pull up and throw it perhaps to Beck.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And he ran out of bounds. So if Texas had elected not to go to that hurry up and try to catch Georgia, they could have run out the clock in this quarter. Now it looks like they're going to hurry and go for it on 4th and 1. Georgia lined up. Ehlinger, first down.
I think Tom Herman realizes we can't settle for field goals anymore. We have got to get a touchdown on this drive. We may not have the field position edge anymore like we've had it. We got to go for the touchdown.
All right, all right, all right, says Matthew McConaughey on the Texas sideline. On to the fourth quarter of the All-State Sugar Bowl. Back after these messages.
Okay, I just saw Matthew McConaughey down on the sidelines. Now I'm mad. Now I'm pissed. Come on, dogs. Man, it is... it's the fourth quarter, and nothing has gone right. Almost nothing. Not much, not much. All right. Sorry for all the technical issues we've had tonight. Otherwise, I'd probably have done more in the second half. But we'll have those fixed for the next game. This was just such an important game, we decided we wanted to go ahead and broadcast anyway. If you do get kicked out, just tap retry on your window screen or go out and come back in. Every now and then my ISP just goes kaput for like 5 or 10 seconds. That's just enough to knock this thing down. So, but if you need the coverage, we're going to keep it on until the end of the game. Make sure you like and subscribe. Here's a commercial about it from the Navy.
Do I have any Navy fans in the house? Where are you at, Navy? Do I have any Army fans in the house? Where are the Army fans?
The rivalry is really more about just competitiveness.
We got some Chick-fil-A shirts, some Chick-fil-A swag.
This rivalry is so unique because 364 days out of the year we're one team, and this is the only day of the year where we're rivals.
For decades, banks have been getting away with it, charging you excess fees, making you wait in line, keeping billions of dollars of your interest. They've been treating you like you're lucky to have them. That's not right. Show them who's the boss of your money. You. Better is out there. Out. Do it right.
ESPN celebrating 150 years of college football.
We look forward to that coming in this new year. Certainly there'll be a lot of a review of the history of these two great programs. Meeting for just the 5th time in Texas. The underdog leading 20-7 and on the move as we start the 4th quarter. Sean McDonough, Todd Blackledge, Holly Rowe. Another night, Sam Ehlinger performing well, passing and running, and Andrew Beck a little too anxious.
Yeah, there was a shift by the Georgia defensive line, and I think it kind of caused that reaction by Andrew Beck.
Ball start. Number 47, offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
The 3rd penalty on Texas. Georgia has yet to be penalized in the ball game.
First down and 15 from the 16. Ehlinger lofts it up, one of those jump balls, and Colin Johnson couldn't snare him with Eric Stokes all over.
Eric Stokes played tough on that one. This is a good throw by Sam. He beats the blitz. He gives his guy a chance. And I thought Colin Johnson had his hands on it, but Eric Stokes just fought the ball out of there. Excellent effort by Eric Stokes.
Texas goes quickly. You know, to me, Ty, that looks like they're trying to set up another one of those Tebow-esque plays where the court starts toward the line like it pulls up and throws a little pop pass. A couple times today it looked like Ehlinger might do it.
Well, they kind of did on the run to the right sideline in the 3rd quarter. At the end of the 3rd quarter, it looked like he was looking to throw to Beck, but it wasn't there. I like this formation. We saw this in the Big 12 championship where they put Humphrey and Colin Johnson on the same side of the field. So he checked and Georgia checked out of their defense.
4 seconds to snap it. Ehlinger steps away from the rush. Takes off running. Ehlinger gets walloped and continues to fight. It looked like he got the first down.
Wow, this is a tough dude, man. I'm going to tell you what. I don't know if Georgia has played a quarterback that runs with this kind of physicality. He is not going down. You know, Kirby Smart told us this in our meeting. He said there's no games after this. the guy's going to run the football. They don't have to worry about resting him. And Tim Tebow has to love that because this guy is a physical, competitive guy.
Here he comes again, feeling his way. The official on the near sideline says he's not in.
Wow.
But from up here, it looked like he was. But the line judge, Dale Keller, obviously well positioned. With the knee down before he broke the plane.
Wow, I think we'll take a look at that.
Texas fans booing. And it will go upstairs.
Yeah.
The ruling on the field is that the runner was short of the goal line. The previous play is under further review.
It's probably good for Sam Ehlinger to get a little break here. Get some water. Get some air in the lungs. Take another look at it.
From pylon cam.
There's his butt down. Where was the football? It wasn't a knee. His rear end hit the ground. He's protecting the football with two arms, so he's not reaching the ball past the goal line.
Well, he has taken some shots. That one from Richard LeCount. Let's bring in Bill Lamagna, our rules expert. What'd you see, Bill?
Well, as you said, his rear end hits the ground. He's got the ball tucked in tight. It appears that ball is just short of the goal line. So I think we've got a pretty good call by that wing official, marking him short.
Yeah. Well, certainly we haven't seen anything conclusive to change the call. At least I haven't. Would you concur with that? Well, obviously you would, because you thought he was down.
I've got the same shot as the replay booth on the one, and
After review, the ruling on the field stands as called. First down.
I believe it would be second down, wouldn't it?
Should be second.
Yep.
All right.
Well, again, Tom Herman went for it on fourth down, knowing that a touchdown is essential on this drive. At this point in the game, you've got this team, this higher-ranked team on the ropes. You cannot settle for a field goal. It has to be a touchdown. I would expect to see Sam Ehlinger run the football again.
And you know he wants to. There he goes to the left. Still no signal. And he didn't get in this time either, apparently. He was following Daniel Young. Backup running back in there as a lead blocker.
Daniel Young is the biggest back they have. And he's protecting the football.
Will be the third time we'll be at a charm. No.
Wow,
And now the ball's
Georgia
out.
defense.
Although his forward progress had been stopped. Tyler Clark helping yank him back. Brendan Cox in there as well.
How about the Georgia defense? Going up at the right time. Expecting the 230-pound quarterback to run. Holding the point at the line of scrimmage. And bringing up another fourth down decision for Tom Herman.
So what do you do? And if you kick the field goal and it's a chip shot, that's a 16-point lead. That's 2 touchdowns and two-point conversions Georgia would need. I know you've been very physical and you pride yourself on that last night, all season long and all night tonight. So that's what they're doing. And Ehlinger lunging into the end zone. Looked like he was wobbling as he got to the goal line, but he made it on fourth down. He got all 4 carries and scores his 3rd touchdown of the night.
He didn't get a full head of steam. He had to elude Richard LeCount right in the backfield. Now, there's the knee down, the right knee, but the ball looks like this time he extended it. The knee is down, but the ball looks to be extended as the knee is down to the white.
Well, the Georgia fans want a replay review, and of course it will be viewed.
On the field is a touchdown. The previous play is under further review.
No knee down yet. Now it is.
Right.
Tough to see the ball, but
so the knee's down there. The ball is in his right arm, and unlike the play before where he had it tucked in tight, this time he's reaching the ball as he's going down. It was called a touchdown.
You can't see any of the ball behind his elbow, so all the balls from his elbow closer to the goal line. There wasn't much room from his elbow to the goal line, so I would think this would stand as called, Bill LeMonnier.
I totally agree with you, Sean McDonough. We do not have indisputable video evidence. They've had some really tight goal line plays here. This play, I believe, is going to stand. Touchdown.
Pylon Cam is a good friend to the replay people.
We've had some excellent shots the last couple of games. Our camera people, just outstanding.
Kirby Smart hoping for good news. It doesn't seem to any of the three of us up here that is likely to happen in this instance, and now they have a lot of work to do.
But a heck of a goal line stand nonetheless. I mean, 4 plays, 4 cracks at it.
After review, the ruling on the field stands as called.
And in the end, even though it took 4 plays, it works to the benefit of Texas. They took more time off the clock. And give Tom Herman credit. I think a lot of coaches in that instance would have gotten to 16. But now it's a 3-score game, and they're going to go for 2 points. He talked a lot yesterday about physicality. Used that word a lot. And I think he believes in this team's physicality and toughness. And they did eventually win the battle at the goal line. Just enough. 14-play drive, the try for 2, and Johnson with Tyson Campbell all over him managed to take it in.
They sent 4 wide receivers to the wide side of the field. They isolate Colin Johnson one-on-one against Tyson Campbell, and they say, big fella, make a play.
11:49 to go. Texas with a 3-touchdown lead.
Oh, enjoy yourselves. I'm pretty okay with children.
Just okay?
Relax, I'm not gonna forget anything. Bedtime's at 11.
8.
Yikes, you're strict. Allergy to shellfish.
Peanuts.
Oh, I should write this down. Hey, what's your Wi-Fi password?
It's the names of our kids.
Well, that's not helpful.
Just okay is not okay, especially when it comes to your network. AT&T is America's best wireless network according to America's biggest test. Now with 5GE, more for your thing. That's our thing.
Before we start, how much is my tax prep gonna cost?
Can't really say that till the end.
Wait, no. H&R Block has upfront transparent pricing, so you know the price before you begin. So it can work like that. Yep.
Oh, so you want transparency? I could give you a ballpark.
That's not a price. Know the price before you begin with upfront transparent pricing. Only from H&R Block. In person or online, Block has your back.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
If I built a van, it would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, if not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger with active brake assist.
If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans born to run.
The Live My Student Section Selection Committee is not just about awarding the greatest student section in the world a cool trophy. We also want to give back to the fans who make college football what it is, the best sport in the entire universe. So, Taco Bell is once again giving the biggest games back to the students. We're bringing the home game atmosphere where it really counts and giving students tickets to the bowl season's premier games and the college football playoff. Check out livemystudentsection.com to learn more.
3 rushing touchdowns tonight for Texas quarterback Sam Ehlinger, giving him 16 for the year. That's the single season Texas record, which was 14 by Vince Young and Don Wigginton, who played back in 1971. Here's Mecole Hardman. Georgia desperately needs a big return, and it's a good return to the 34. Time for our Capital One rewarding performance.
Well, the Texas defense is who we are saluting at this point, causing some confusion. Gilliard, the center, trying to direct pass protection to Anthony Wheeler, slips in for the sack. Unaccounted for, showing different looks, different stunts. Anthony Wheeler again forcing the underthrow that was intercepted by P.J. Locke. This time they're showing pressure, dropping out, forcing Jake Fromm up in the pocket, tackling short of the first down. Georgia's offense held to 174 yards and only 7 points so far.
And they need to operate with urgency now, down by 3 touchdowns. Good catch. It's Charlie Warner on a ball thrown behind him. And they're into Texas territory to the 45-yard line. 22-yard pickup.
And going up tempo, Charlie Warner, nephew.
Check down to DeAndre Swift. And he's out of bounds, taken out by Anthony Wheeler at the 40.
I was going to say Charlie Warner, nephew of Scott Warner, who was one of the honorees in the Sugar Bowl Hall of Fame. Defensive back, had a couple interceptions in their national championship win over Notre Dame.
Todd Blackledge, also part of the class enshrined tonight. DeAndre Swift, nifty moves. We talked to Charles Omenihu yesterday. He said, I've never seen a running back that I played against who can cut and change direction as well and quickly as DeAndre Swift.
Well, the key to his cutting is he does not slow down or lose speed when he cuts. That's what's so unique about it. He wasn't 100% healthy for half the season this year. Had surgery on both groins last year, but the last 6 or 7 weeks he's been much better.
And 4 games over 100 yards rushing. Deep throw from... Catch not made by Terry Godwin. P.J. Locke had the coverage. Long way to go in this one, Tom, but it's way too simple. People analyze this game and say, well, Georgia just wasn't into it. They thought they should have been in the playoff. You know, Texas has demonstrated it's a really good team, has outplayed them, has earned the score such as it is right now.
They've executed well. They've been more physical. They've made more plays.
And more talent coming. As they're trying to uptick the recruiting just as Georgia did. Here's Jeremiah Holloman inside the 5-yard line. 31-yard play. Georgia swiftly on the move. 10.5 to go in the 4th quarter.
Tight formation. Holloman gets on the crossing route. Chris Boyd got bumped a little bit by Isaac Nauta. That knocked him off coverage. Jake Fromm.
And Jake Fromm hits Mecole Hardman for the Georgia touchdown. Well, they needed to go quickly, and they did.
And Jake Fromm gets his team in the end zone.
Get an early start tomorrow.
Yeah, 1 minute and 24 seconds to go 67 yards in 6 plays. Hardman's 7th touchdown catch of the year. And here's Rodrigo Blankenship.
You know, watching a couple of those games this afternoon, Kentucky had a big lead on Penn State. LSU had a big lead on UCF, and both those teams fought back. They didn't win, but they sure made it interesting in the 4th quarter.
Hey, who are you?
Oh, hey, Jeff, I'm a car thief.
What?
I'm here to steal your car because, well, that's my job.
What?
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 It happens.
And you got cut rate car insurance? Paying for this could feel like getting robbed twice. So get Allstate. And be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
If I built a van, it would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens. Make out thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet. And an eye out for danger with active brake assist.
If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And and I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
7:35 remaining. Tatum with the drive.
Gatorade studies the best athletes to create the most advanced range of sports fuel. Gatorade. You fuel us, we fuel you.
Shield annuities from Bright House Financial allow you to take advantage of growth opportunities with a level of protection in down markets, so you can be less concerned about your retirement savings. Talk with your advisor about Shield annuities from Bright House Financial, established by MetLife.
Introducing Wendy's $5 Giant Junior Bacon Cheeseburger Meal. For $5, this giant comes with double the beef and bacon, nuggets, fries, and a drink. There's nothing junior about it, except the price. For a limited time.
The Allstate Sugar Bowl, brought to you by Allstate, reminding you that football season is mayhem. Mercedes-Benz Vans, the all-new Sprinter, built for you. And Gatorade Thirst Quencher, the proven sports fuel.
Look at the Sugar Bowl most outstanding players from the last 4 games. Georgia with a touchdown to tighten it up. 28-14 Texas, 10:25 to go. And here's tonight's PlayStation Player Index. The night for Sam Ehlinger, who has set the single season Texas record for rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. He's also tied the Sugar Bowl game record for rushing touchdowns by a quarterback, 3.
19.
Set by Jack Mildren. I know it wasn't you. 1972 for Oklahoma against Auburn. Of course, he was a great running quarterback. Rodrigo Blankenship. It's a touchback. Holly?
Well, you guys are talking about, did Georgia want to be in this game? I can tell you one Georgia player who wants to be in this game, and that is their junior safety, J.R. Reed. He has shown great leadership over here on the bench. Before the offense started that series, he was saying, look, we're going to run down and score right now. It's up to us to get the ball back. He's trying to get his guys fired up. He's being emotional, showing leadership over here on the sideline, just trying to get some juice on this Georgia defense right now when they need it most.
Certainly a team leader. One of the best players on that Georgia defense. Last 2 possessions for Texas. They've run 11 plays and 14 plays. And that's a drop. Andrew Beck. Would have been about a 7-yard gain.
Andrew Beck looked like he wasn't expecting the football. It was a little bit low, but he looked like he wasn't expecting the ball to come to him. I like throwing on first down. I like that Texas wants to stay aggressive, but when you don't connect, 2nd and 10 plays into the hands of the defense.
You mentioned Texas has done a much better job protecting leads this season, but one of the great games of the year in college football in the regular season, their battle with Oklahoma when they squandered a 21-point lead in the 4th quarter and then won it in the final seconds on a field goal. Trey Watson, Georgia players think the ball's out. It appears Texas and Watson got it back. Elijah Rodriguez also there, the guard. It's a first down for the Longhorns at the 37-yard line.
Ran a counter play. The ball did come out, but Watson got it back. They pulled the backside guard and tackle. They've not shown that action too much. Really strong, powerful run for the first down by Watson. He was having himself a heck of a ball game. 84 yards now, 14 carries.
Texas has rushed for 168. Their average is 151. They're doing this against the number 5 team in the country. They beat Oklahoma in the regular season. The Sooners also ranked number 5. If they can pull this off, Todd, it'll be one of the biggest wins in a long time. You know, canvassing some of the Texas people. Perhaps the biggest win since they won the national championship in 2005.
Vince Young, the USC, incredible football game. The pinnacle, the height of the Texas program under Mack Brown at that point.
2nd and 7. This time Ehlinger in no hurry as we approach 9 minutes to go. They brought pressure. He got a block from Keontae Ingram and turned the corner and then slid down in bounds, but short. And they're going to bring the ball back where the slide started, which is the rule in part to protect quarterbacks in college football. And they put it back at the 43, so they'll need 4 on third down.
Well, again, you've got Colin Johnson and Lil Jordan Humphrey on the same side to the short side of the field up here.
Georgia runs a blitz, and this time they get home. Ellinger ramped up and taken down back inside the 40-yard line.
Well, they ran the twist inside. Devontae Wyatt's going to come on the twist. The linebacker's coming this way. Watch Devontae Wyatt come on the twist. He's the guy that's going to come free to the quarterback. Patrick Vahe, the left guard, late on that pickup in the twist. Well executed by the Georgia defense, and they'll get the football back quickly.
They don't have many sacks. You mentioned earlier, 22 all year entering tonight. That was their second of this one, and a huge one. Ryan Buchevsky punt almost took a little too much time. Halfway through the fourth quarter, and a good directional kick out of bounds inside the 20. He's had a good night tonight. That's 48 with no return.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
If I built a van, it would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, if not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger with active brake assist.
If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run. On a shocking season finale of Fansville.
National championship trophy's been stolen. And everyone's a suspect.
Who would steal the trophy?
You'd have to be a big fan.
You think I did it?
Which one of you took it?
You like your Dr. Pepper, don't you?
Yeah. Give me a name.
Julie, are you sure you didn't take it?
Are you wearing a wire? Are you wearing a wire?
Talk to my guy on the inside. He's your ticket, man.
Hello, Sheriff.
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
We could go down this waterfall. What do you think?
It's good. It's refreshing.
At Northwestern Mutual, this is what our version of financial planning looks like. Tomorrow's important, but she's only 7 once. Spend your life living. Find an advisor at northwesternmutual.com.
All right, in this extra choice prank phone call thingy, we're using the George Costanza soundboard. You remember George from Seinfeld? Well,
on the last possession to make it a 2-touchdown game. Their fans fully engaged now. Exactly midway through the fourth quarter, Texas, which has not trailed tonight, leads 28-14. Jake Fromm, 16 for 27 for 165. 2 touchdown passes and interception. A blitz up the middle. Gary Jackson takes him down. With help from Chris Nelson.
Well, another first down blitz. Todd Orlando calling it again. Here's Gary Johnson. Times it perfectly. And they just bring more guys than Georgia can block. Kind of backs into him and then gets there along with Chris Nelson to get the sack.
Nelson, a team captain, playing in his last game. Fromm blasted as he threw. B.J. Foster came on a safety blitz and delivered a big hit. Todd Orlando coming after the Georgia quarterback.
2 plays in a row. This is from the short side of the field. He comes off the slot. Good clean hit. And I'll tell you what, Jake Fromm feels that on this critical 3rd down play right now.
Would you come after him again? Georgia's done a terrible job up front with the running backs picking up these blitzes.
I wouldn't blitz on this one. It's 3rd and 13. Play zone, make him throw underneath.
Creeping up. They rush 5 from 2 deep. Intended for Tyler Simmons, who didn't seem to pick up the ball. Chris Boyd had the coverage, and Georgia has to punt.
Well, they did bring pressure, and the receiver has to see that. If he sees that, he's got to look for the ball quicker. Jake Fromm got rid of it. The receiver was not ready for it. How about that? 3 plays in a row. Todd Orlando said, okay, we're going to go get him, and we're going to see if he makes a play, he makes a play, but we're not going to let him go down the field like he did the last possession.
One thing we've seen from the Texas coaches tonight, Todd, they're playing with a nothing-to-lose mentality. Going for it on 4th down, the onside kick to start the half, blitzing with the lead, trying to keep the pressure on. Big punt again by Jake Camarda, and a fair catch made by little Jordan Humphrey. 54-yard punt.
I'm a bunch of wind. And just like your stomach after that strip mall sushi,
Well, I'm a bit unpredictable. Let's redecorate.
what's the matter, Tanya? I thought you loved being spontaneous. I do. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, I might break the bank, too. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
First tattoo?
Yeah.
Relax, amigo. It's gonna look okay.
Only okay?
No worries, boss. I'm one of the tattoo artists in the city.
You mean one of the best tattoo artists in the city, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
Aren't you supposed to draw it first?
Stay in your lane, bro.
Just okay is not okay, especially when it comes to your network. AT&T is America's best wireless network according to America's biggest test. Now with 5G, more for your thing. That's our thing.
Daniel's wish.
Hey guys, while we're in a break, just to remind you, we do have some technical issues tonight. So if you get a buffering problem, if it times out, just hit retry on the screen or head out, head back in. We're going to get that fixed. But this is such an important game. We knew going into it we're going to have some trouble, but thanks for sticking with us. We are in a break right now. It is 28-14. Texas dominating in this game. Georgia finally got a touchdown in the second half, but on the next possession really haven't been able to connect. 3 straight blitzes in a row, it sounded like there. So, of course, I'm not too good a mood about this. We are already here in Florida in the Panhandle. It's 11 o'clock, so I know the folks on the East Coast, it's already late, and a lot of people got to get up early. But we're going to keep it right here. Oh. I think they're showing our punter error, the fumble. We're going to see an interception. Oh yeah, this is all our problems right here. And I'm not supposed to be showing. We can't show the video of the game because YouTube will shut me down.
Nice night in his last game for the Longhorns, and he's ahead to the 40 for a first down gain of 5 yards.
Yeah, I mean, Watson's got 89 yards rushing. He's running hard in between the tackles. You know, that's what Tom Herman told Holly at halftime. We've got to get better, have a little more success running between the tackles, and they've done that here in the second half. There's Trey Watson, the graduate transfer from Cal. He started 8 games in 3 seasons in Berkeley, and has been a starter the whole season this year. So nice cap to his career.
They stick with him. And he's tackled around the legs by Tyler Clark. And Kirby Smart's not going to let the ball game go too much deeper before he starts using his timeouts. As a matter of fact, he's going to do it right now, and he's left with 1.
Second shot is timeout for you.
Third down and 4 upcoming. Monday on ESPN, we'll have the College Football Playoff National Championship game presented by AT&T, Levi Stadium, Santa Clara, California. Alabama and Clemson. Number 1 versus number 2. Each team made a change from the quarterback of a year ago. Tua Tagovailoa took over from Jalen Hurts before the year started. They went to Trevor Lawrence early in the year in Clemson. And both teams got what they want. Yeah. More effectiveness in the passing game.
Well, 2 semifinal wins. I mean, both quarterbacks played outstanding football games. Notre Dame took the runaway early. Trevor Lawrence lit him up in the second quarter, and a healthy Tua was unstoppable in the other game.
Yeah, a big third down conversion here.
Todd and I will be there with Holly for the ESPN radio broadcast. Third down and 4. Is that a catch? Yes. Little Jordan Humphrey.
First down, Texas.
Take it in. That's a big conversion on a 6-yard gain.
Man.
Just such a big body. He runs that slant. Sam throws it low into the inside, and pretty hard to defend. If you don't disrupt him off the line of scrimmage. That ball was a sinker, too. Sam's thrown a couple sinkers, but that one was only a 6-yard route, so it wasn't too low.
Here it is late in the game, and the stream health is finally good. That is sponsored by #FlowMax.
Trey Watson.
Sam Ehlinger tonight has carried the ball 21 times. That's his season high. He had 19 carries in the Red River game against Oklahoma, the game they won in October. And we knew, I mean, this is the last game, and he wants the ball.
Well, this season is winding down for the Bulldogs. The Falcons season is over. I don't know what we're going to bring next.
That minimal gain enough to give him 93 yards.
Yeah, we'll do playoffs, NFL playoffs.
Yeah, that against Iowa State as well. In a mid-November game. Keontae Ingram takes over. A little dancing behind the line of scrimmage. Did well to spin ahead for a couple. And now Kirby Smart will use the last timeout after the Malik Herring tackle with 4:20 to go.
It's a 30-second timeout. The final.
We've talked about Ehlinger. We've talked about Watson. This offensive line has held up. They've played well tonight. And this year they've had much better continuity with their offensive line. Last year they had to use 8 different starting lineups. Plus they had lost their tight end Andrew Beck before the season started. They didn't really have a tight end, a blocking tight end. This year they've had 3 different starting combinations, but the same group for the last 8 games. And they have held their own. Yeah.
I mean, Patrick Vahe, the left guard, honorable mention all Big 12. This is 45th and final start. Zach Shackelford, the center, first team all-conference. It really helped when Calvin Anderson, the big left guard, left tackle, number 66, was a grad transfer.
All right, third down and 6
all-conference
for
USA.
Texas here.
Elijah Rodriguez, the right guard. Samuel Cosme, talented freshman right tackle. It's a good
Georgia
group.
has to stop him right here if they want any chance.
They just converted on third down. Just a 3-man rush.
Complete. Breaks a tackle. First down, Texas.
And finally taken out of bounds on the far sideline with a first down. 16-yard gain.
Well, this time they ran the slant from the wide side. You see Beck. Now that's
there you go, folks.
Pass interference. Andrew Beck ran into the defender that was responsible for covering Lil Jordan Humphrey. It was not called, and Texas got the conversion.
Adam Anderson had the first
there you go.
shot.
Like an illegal screen or something.
And they're starting to feel it in the Texas sections here at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Under 4 minutes to go. Clock running. No timeouts for Georgia. Deontay Ingram, ball protection, obviously priority number one now for anybody handling it for Texas.
You know, I went back and looked at that play. That was not a block downfield because Lil Jordan Humphrey came right back to the line of scrimmage. It was by design. He caught it right at the line of scrimmage, so those guys can block downfield. Well executed for that big conversion.
Three minutes to go.
All right, sounds like the Texas fans are yelling overrated. I just want to say that took a lot of class.
Hear the Texas fans chanting overrated at Georgia. You know, to their credit, we talked to them yesterday.
Stay classy, Texas.
The defensive end said it very well. We had 2 losses. Notre Dame didn't have any.
Yeah.
He understood. There would have been a lot of angst around the country if a 2-loss Georgia team got in ahead of the other teams that did get in. And he said we had our chance against Alabama in the conference championship game. We didn't do it. So let's go out here tonight and prove how good we are. They're not going to do that. They blitz. Ellinger, the dump off to Colin Johnson, wrestled down by Eric Stokes, but Georgia can't stop the clock, and they're under 2 minutes to go.
I'll leave it running here for you, but wow, let me go hide my head in shame.
Tom Herman will probably let this one go all the way down and call a timeout. When the play clock, he's got 30 seconds on that play clock, so he'll use all that time.
Remember the players on the field for Texas.
Thanks for staying with us.
Crowd to make some noise, and they are obliging the Longhorn players.
This is an impressive win for Texas, it appears. I mean, you know, it was a huge win when they beat teams. You know, they played 9 one-possession games this year. They went 6-3 in those games. That was a big turnaround from the last couple of years.
Texas.
They beat 4 teams that were ranked during the course of the year. And perhaps a little bit ahead of schedule for Texas. And Tom Herman talked about there's still a big need. They don't have the talent level like a Georgia, Clemson, and Alabama, although tonight their talent level was more than good enough.
Well, the layoff really helped them, the rest, because they had a lot of guys that played a lot of snaps for lack of depth at certain positions. So that layoff and ability to rest was evident with how fast and fresh they looked tonight.
You like this decision? Kick the field goal?
Yeah, I do.
Make sure the execution is good. Snap and hold were good, but the kick is wide right from Cameron Dicker. So very faint hope on the Georgia side. They get the ball back with 1:10 to go, down by 2 touchdowns.
And no timeouts.
No timeouts. I think, as we said earlier, the Georgia talent level, we didn't see it tonight.
Right.
And there's a lot of things going on. Again, give the credit to Texas. They won the game.
For sure.
But as we've traveled around and you just look at who's won over the years in college football, it has a lot to do with who has the highest rated recruiting class.
Yeah.
Georgia's had them. They're having another. And I think next year will be, don't you think, top 5 for sure?
Absolutely. Well, and as you said, I mean, 88 of their 129 players on their roster, 68% are freshmen or sophomores. I mean, that's, you know, they are built to be good for a long time.
From Has to check it down. That really doesn't do them any good, although there's a flag down. Isaac Nada hit up high by Devontae Davis.
Now this is probably going to be called a targeting foul.
Personal foul, targeting, number 18, Texas. 15-yard penalty. That's an automatic first down. The previous play is under further review.
You can't lead with the crown of your helmet. I mean, that's always going to get flagged, and rightfully so. Kind of looked like he ended up hitting him with his shoulder or his back, but.
Well, Bill LeMonnier, after our game in Dallas the other day, got rave reviews all over the country. I don't want to jinx it again, but what do you think, Bill?
He comes in, crown of the helmet is forcible contact there. This call's going to stand. I think there's a point you made there. It does glance off to the side, but the contact point there is crown of the helmet.
You know, and I get the rule. I guess I just think, you know, there's a minute left in the ball game, and I don't know.
But there's a minute left, so you go ahead and take a headshot?
No.
No, and I know you're not saying that.
But I don't. It did. I've seen worse.
Yes.
I've seen worse targeting fouls than that.
And I agree with you on that, Todd. I agree.
I think Bill is dealing with his newfound celebrity very well. Clock stop with 1:02 to go. Here's the verdict.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Number 18 is disqualified.
So early end, but not by much, to his career. And he's been a part of this terrific defensive performance tonight. Senior from Miami, Devontae Davis, made his 26th career start tonight. You know, the veteran players we talked to said they want to be known for leaving the legacy of winning a New Year's Six game, getting the 10th win, getting Texas back to where Texas has been in the past and Longhorn fans believe should always be. Fromm takes it down. That's going to be his longest run of the season. And here comes more flags, and you hate to see this.
Yeah. Now that's Anthony Cook, the freshman.
Well, I think just came in for Davis. He's listed as the backup, and we haven't seen him on the field much, and flags fly everywhere as the officials step in.
Texas is losing some of Johnson might get called for a personal foul, maybe even taking a swing at the end of the play. This is not what you want if you're Tom Herman.
No.
The slide, he's given up his body. You can't hit a quarterback sliding like that. I mean, you just can't do that. And then after the hit, there was some more pushing. I think some of the Georgia offensive linemen upset about what was going on. And there's the penalty by Gary Johnson that's going to get called.
I think every official threw his flag at the end of that play. There were many flags you'd ever see all over the field.
Well, Georgia's going to get really good field position after the end result of this. They've got a minute, just under a minute. If they score quickly, they're going to have an opportunity for an onside kick. So for Tom Herman, I mean, they still have some football to play here, and they've lost some composure as well as a couple key players.
Yeah, two plays in a row.
Holding, number 79, offense. Personal foul, targeting, number 4,
holding.
defense. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 33, defense. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced. Because of the targeting, the previous play is under further review.
The Texas fans not showing a lot of class earlier with their overrated chant, and then these two guys, 2 plays in a row. I mean,
did he hit him in the head neck area? Did he hit him with the crown of the helmet? I don't.
There you go.
So I would want replay to take the targeting call.
Look at that.
And then if
He's sliding.
the two penalties offset, and then the extra penalty would be enforced.
Actually, the late hit on the quarterback's a dead ball foul.
No, so it was a holding on Georgia.
That's correct.
And it was okay.
So you'd have the 10-yard penalty for the holding. Then you'd have the offsets that would occur because of the late hit and the unsportsmanlike conduct.
But those were both on Texas.
Oh, they were both on Texas.
My question is, if the booth says it wasn't targeting, but it should be a personal foul.
The personal foul for the late hit will stand. Now you have the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Right.
Those will both be.
So the only thing that will happen out of this is either Cook is out of the.
Yes, and I really think they need to take this targeting call off the board.
Cook plays very little. True freshman from Houston.
Oh, here come the buffering problems.
More time for Scott Van Pelt to practice his ad-libs tonight. Sports Center coming a little more slowly than it looked like it might a few minutes ago. Please enjoy watching Sports Center with SVP with the Ford post-game show coming up as well.
Texas going for field goals late in the game. This kind of nonsense. All they had to do was take a knee. We were out of timeouts. It just, what the fuck? I think I.
The holding foul is a live ball foul on number 79. That 10-yard penalty will be enforced for the previous 5.
Then.
Personal foul targeting number 4 defense. Unsportsmanlike number 33 defense. Those penalties are canceled. However, number 4 is still disqualified.
Those penalties are canceled? Yeah.
If both those fouls are against Texas, and they're both dead ball fouls,
Right.
I don't understand that at all. And result in an automatic first down.
Yep.
I think they're correcting it now.
Wow. I don't have a blues clue.
Yeah, I think they realize, and it's too bad for these guys too, Bill, because I think it's been a terrific night of officiating in the replay booth, and then they got this skirmish to deal with, and they're not sorting it out well the first time around.
I agree with you. They've had a good game both on the field and the replay booth, and they're out of sync right now.
Yeah. Really. How embarrassing.
Will be enforced 15 yards, and the unsportsmanlike foul, that is declined. But that still will count as his first unsportsmanlike conduct foul.
Declined?
Automatic first down.
I still disagree with that. If
What?
all the dead ball fouls are against one team, you continue to enforce those fouls.
Right. 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 That's insane. The fix is in. Hang on.
Kirby is trying to get an explanation.
No. No.
So through it all, the ball winds up at the 39-yard line. It's 1st and 10. There's 54 seconds left. You said a quick touchdown here and an onside kick, and it's all of a sudden a seat squirmer.
All right. Hang on. Ah.
They've moved it to the 34-yard line now.
Let's just put it some arbitrary place and play football here.
So Jalen Green is the newest entry. He's number 3 on the bottom of your screen there on the 3 on the 30-yard line. He's a true freshman.
They're playing a 3 deep kind of safety net coverage behind the corners.
Rom throws, and it is up for grabs and incomplete. Battle for the ball. Brandon Jones and Jeremiah Holloman. With 46 seconds to go.
Brandon Jones was in really good position to get an interception. He just couldn't get over the big body of Holloman. He timed it perfect. He just couldn't get over the top of him to get his hands on the football. I think you almost have to throw something underneath here. Maybe get it to DeAndre Swift and see if he can make some people miss.
Not gonna be like holding.
I think they're going to get a hold on Isaiah Wilson, blocking on Charles Omenihu.
What a couple of weeks Omenihu has had if this score stands. Texas wins. We talked to him yesterday. He just graduated a couple of weeks ago. 3.5 years in sports management. He said it was one of the greatest thrills of my life. He said you can imagine getting a college degree. He said no. Knowing that I'll never have to take a test or write a paper again. Yeah. The degree was nice too. They'll head on to the Senior Bowl. 3-man rush, 2nd and 20. Man, wide open. Godwin, and he's beyond to stop the clock. He's to the 22-yard line. 33 seconds. Over the middle, Swift. Will he get the line to make? Yes. Will he get the end zone? No. He got to the 5. Banged down by Brandon Jones. Anthony there too. 22 seconds. Texas not lined up. Fromm dumps it off. Touchdown. DeAndre Swift with 14 seconds to go on a 5-yard touchdown pass.
Just going to slip DeAndre BC. Look at the confusion here. That's a mayhem moment for Texas. And a nice job of Jake Fromm finding DeAndre Swift out of the backfield.
There's Blankenship to try the extra point. Then there'll be an onside kick attempt.
All right, wow.
Georgia with a little help.
Do you believe in miracles? Strange sequence of events. Yeah, 14 seconds, down by 7.
Well, you put your best receiver.
You're asking for too much. Georgia made too many mistakes in the first half.
Trying to field this onside kick, not a high percentage play, but every now and then you see it happen. It's really the second bounce that is most important.
Yeah, let's talk about what. I guess. That would be something. Come on, Blanky. Everyone knows what's coming, Blanky. Georgia for the onside kick. Down by 7 with 14 seconds. There's a whistle. That might have been a break for Georgia. I'm not sure there.
We mentioned as soon as we're done here in New Orleans Sports Center with Scott Van Pelt. Take a look at what these two teams will take into the offseason. On his final game with Ohio State, went out a winner today in the Rose Bowl. The worst beat of all college football bowls. Always entertaining segment, unless you were on the wrong side, I suppose, of those beats. Sports Center with SVP. Next, right here on ESPN and the ESPN app. For the moment, it doesn't look like Georgia's going to change anything about the setup. Texas has moved a couple of people closer to the near sideline. And it's recovered by the Longhorns. Colin Johnson. And Texas will win the All-State Sugar Bowl.
This is the favorite play and offensive coordinator calls right here, victory.
An interesting season for Texas. It started with an unbelievable loss at Maryland, given everything the Maryland program endured in the offseason. But they rallied quickly, won 6 in a row, got into the top 10, including that pulsating win against Oklahoma. It's going to be a 10-win season for the first time since 2009 in a New Year's Six bowl victory. Texas never trailed, knocks off number 5 Georgia 28-21, holding the Bulldogs to 72 yards rushing. Here's Holly with Coach Herman.
Coach, it wasn't just that you won this game, but it was how you won this game with a physical brand of football. What did you see out there as you guys